Let me show you how to make the fortune you have always dreamed about.
Check this out.
I'll show you how to make all kind of money.
Yeah, boy.
Will make you financially independent.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's a secret for you to make millions.
What you think of that, dude?
Tong Vu. Oh my
Tom
gosh.
Vu, homeboy. The original
Classic,
Chino
bro.
brother. He's the
That is
original
the
Chino brother,
original.
dude.
Oh, that's so
Big
dope,
ups to
dude.
the creators. Big ups to the real ones. And speaking of real ones, let's not forget we got the real one on tonight. Tell us about DJ.
Yes.
Dude, this dude DJ Jess, he's some sort of chameleon, bro. Because as soon as we start talking about him, he starts telling us all this crazy stuff. I'm like, bro, you better save that for the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just in the green room right now. It's like, oh, wait, save that. Whoa. Wait, save that.
Oh,
That's
dude,
a good story. Oh,
dude,
my
his
goodness.
his stories are mad nice. I was like, bro, don't say another word, please. Like all the way down to his wife. Like he's telling us about his wife. I'm like, nah, bro, don't even tell us about that. I want to hear about that on the show. 'Cause there's a bunch of people going to be watching tonight, and we got the new studios for all you.
Yes.
Adelaide broke out the vinyl again. I'm in my
Yeah.
sneaker closet. We got a little bit of vinyl playing in the background. We'll have some lo-fi hip hop for you. But yeah, man, and DJ just has a nice mic and everything too. So I think we're gonna have a good night.
Oh,
Oh,
like he's a professional.
yeah, I know, huh? He's got to eat his mic though, because like we were kind of BS and he wasn't eating the mic.
Yeah,
that was
okay.
causing feedback from your Cricket phone. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Metro.
But yo, dude, oh my gosh, I've had one of those alligator days, and so did you somehow. I got a rat in my house. I'm trying to get rid of this rat. Yeah, our stocks are in the garbage. A bunch of work drama. Like I'm telling you, it's all alligators today.
Oh man. But you know what? You know where I'm going after this?
What's that?
The Pitbull concert's in town.
Oh, good for you.
I'm gonna try to get over there.
See if you can get them on the Chino
Oh
Brothers.
yeah, look.
Like, hey, dude, that's it. Hey, listen, let me tell you about the Chino Brothers. I don't know if you've seen our brand new intro. How sick was that intro, dude?
I love it, dude. And shout out to Tong Vu. Tong Vu, if you're watching, we getting him on here or what?
I don't think he's alive still. Dude.
Really? Because those are for that footage is from like the 80s.
Yeah, dude.
It's got man.
Woo. You're gonna be a loser. You deserve to be poor. That's what he would say. He'll get all bad. All right, man. Well, we've been teasing this for a second. Why don't we get our guest on here, DJ Jess, the Mixaholic, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
Oh, hey.
There it is, man. The first time I've used this, Jess, every time I've had a guest on, I've always said, eventually we'll have an applause button. But now, season 5. Boy, this crowd really loves you, man.
What's up, man? Standing ovation.
Oh, my goodness. Young lady, don't throw those panties, young lady. Put those panties back on.
Hey,
have none of that. Have none of that. What's cracking, bro?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, we've been trying for weeks for me to be here, so I appreciate you guys having me. And man, here we are. So I appreciate that, man.
No, we're totally.
Hey, would I be rude if I said, "Hey, wipe your camera"?
No, I'm gonna wipe.
Got a little smudgy, dude. Did he get a little smudgy?
I like how he licked his finger to wipe his.
I licked my finger to smudge it.
That's like, and when you're scratching the vinyl, it's the same thing.
What
Right,
happened?
you lick your finger to.
That's exactly so.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull it back
earlier. Hold on. I'm fingering my photo thing here. Here we go. There we go.
Season
Nice.
5.
Better. That's better.
Nothing but thumbs.
Nice. Nothing but thumb. The thumb did this trick. I would think the pinky would.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
so this is exciting too. Just to start it off too.
Hey,
DJ Jess, we worked together.
Yes,
over Groove 99.3.
99.3.
So yeah, so I'm pretty excited
absolutely.
about that. And you've worked in this market before.
Yeah. Oh my
But
goodness.
you've worked in a few different markets. And talking to the green room too. We're roughly the same age. Came up around the same time.
Well, I'm 32.
32. Yeah, I'm 34. So
wow, you guys are
long time ago.
You guys
long
are in
time
your
ago.
30s, man. You're old.
Yeah. Mike, I don't know how old you are, Mike. So I'm just, we're in the 30s. So,
me and us other scape last week, dude. Adelaide was or 2 weeks ago, whenever the hell last time we did Chino Brothers. So on season 4, I think it was the last episode. Adelaide was like, "Yeah, man, Pusha T is pretty dope." Whoever we had on, Adelaide's told him that. I was like, it's pretty hard for a 50-year-old to say that sentence, bro. You kind of can't say that sentence when you're 50 years old, dude.
Right?
Oh, that's funny. if I'm saying Little Pump, Little Pump is lit, bro.
How's that different than Pusha T, dude? How's that different? Like, I've never heard of either of them, really.
Pusha T's from the Clips, though.
Yeah,
that, and that was early 2000s.
Jess, where'd you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in Fresno, man. Yeah, all my life, Fresno, California. Born and raised in Cali, and I went to Fresno High School back in the day. Fresno High, go Warriors!
Eric Conley say what's up? What's up, Eric?
Being in Fresno and leaving Fresno after I graduated. 1990, I graduated. Within like 2 weeks, I left to Seattle.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let me tell you something. I went to Seattle to do art school.
And that was the best time to be in Seattle too. That was literally the year you
Bro,
wanted to be in Seattle.
I had no idea. Listen, my parents are old school Mexicanos where they don't teach you anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You learn on your own.
Yeah, you're on your own, right? They're not going to sit there and talk to you like, mijo, this is what's going to happen when you go to college.
No, they don't even know. They don't even know.
Have no idea, bro.
Yeah. And they don't want to talk about it either, bro. So don't get it twisted. Don't do none of that stupid, you know what stuff. Don't think you're woke. Don't think you're woke in front of your old Mexican parents, please.
Right. So I went to college in Seattle. I stopped DJing. I was like doing whatever, little house parties, whatever. When I was in high school, and I was doing my Fresno High lunchtime mixes, and when it was something new and stuff. And, right. So people were like, "Oh my God, whatever." That wasn't what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to work for Disney.
What?
Huh.
Yeah. I wanted to be a Disney artist. So
you were blessed with the gift of DJing and you wanted to waste it on that blasphemous art.
Let me tell you something, Mike. Let me tell you something. When I went to Seattle, I went to the Art Institute of Seattle. So I had to live in Seattle University. That was part of our thing. So being, living there in Seattle University, I went to art school struggling, had no money, had no idea what to do with money. And I had to become a DJ in Seattle.
To make money to survive.
Absolutely. I didn't know, right? So in my dorm room, I brought back my turntables. I brought my mixer. I'm like, shit, I got to bring this back. So I was mixing and people were like, oh my God, what is this? What's going on? So I had a DJ and just to make ends meet to do house parties in Seattle and go to school.
Now, were you doing hard house music or were you doing hip hop?
No. Back in those days, it was just more of the 90s stuff, like, the R&B, the hip hop stuff.
Oh, nice.
Wow, man. Right.
Nice.
Huge Prince coming out,
it
was
best
just
music ever. Yeah. Best music ever.
Hard house came in later. But when I was doing that in Seattle, I was doing a nightclub that my boy was trying to promote and nobody showed up. So I'm there mixing, whatever. And I brought California to Seattle doing like Zap, Roger, doing more bounce to the ounce, mixing that stuff and just doing, just crazy mixes. This guy, Chet Buchanan, came up to me and he goes, hey, where's that mixtape that you were playing right now? I'm like, dude, I'm doing that live. He goes, no, prove it. So I proved it to him. He was like, hey, how about you showing up to Cube 93 Radio, being the DJ with Nasty Ness? And I'm like, Nasty Ness, Sir Mix-a-Lot's DJ?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, yeah. So it's going to be.
This is in Seattle still?
This was in Seattle, bro.
Oh my gosh, this is nuts. Okay, go ahead.
So Nasty Ness, that was Sir Mix-a-Lot's DJ, right? Baby got back.
Yeah, we know Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah, my posse's on Broadway. Right. Buttermilk Biscuits.
Yeah, that's
Buttermilk Biscuits. Here we go. Zip the flour, roll the dough. My kids love that song, man.
Man, you're talking about an 18-year-old kid, like, had no idea about the stuff that I was getting into. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I got to make some money.
Wait, were you already into hip hop though, right? So like you were like, oh man, this is
hip hop wasn't even there yet, bro.
Oh, nice.
And Cube was a huge station.
Cube 93
is number one for hip hop, no doubt.
We played like everything from. There was never ever like a category like pop, hip hop, or dance. It was just like whatever was a hit. back in those days, right? So me and Ness did a show called Saturday Night Hot Mix. So Ness would do a mix, I would do a mix live. It was just back and forth. We were doing our thing. Me and Ness became like, I mean, off the bat, like best friends. It was crazy how, like, you know what's crazy is that Sir Mix-a-Lot and Nasty Ness, I really didn't pay attention to like the Stardust thing that they were. You know what? Back in the day, like Posse on Broadway was the biggest thing with Nasty.
Yeah, they hadn't had Baby Got Back yet, or no?
No, Baby, that wasn't even born yet. It was just Posse on Broadway was his thing on Broadway.
Yeah, Posse on Broadway was their big one, but their backyard boogie hit was Buttermilk Biscuits and Square Dance Rap. Square Dance Rap, dude.
Yeah.
That was the.
Let me tell you something.
Backyard
boogie. Posse on Broadway. I went on Broadway. It's totally what he was talking about back in the day. Oh my God. Dickies was the place to hang out.
I was about to ask that question. I was about to go around the other way. Let's stop eating dicks. Dickies, the place.
Everybody was at Dickies. You don't understand, man. We would go to Dickies. It was like 39 cents. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, whatever you want.
Oh, that's why everybody was there.
Oh my God, it's the best. I could taste it right now. I can remember that taste, man. Delicious burgers, man. Well, anyways, so
wait, hold on real quick. Here's the thing. Like, I know Sir Mix-a-Lot's from Seattle, and I know you're telling us a story about Seattle, but whenever I think about Sir Mix-a-Lot, and even as you're telling me this story, it sounds like Detroit to me. Like, I just feel like it just seems like Detroit. Was Seattle like rougher back in that time frame or something?
In that time, no, it was just Seattle was a party time at that time when I was there in the 90s, because it was introducing like new music. Because back then it was like just everybody knew Sir Mix-a-Lot and what he was doing, like Posse on Broadway and just all that.
Locally he was known.
Absolutely,
yeah, he was pretty big locally. Yeah,
music was changing. It was crazy. So radio had no idea what to call itself besides just playing hit music. Right, let's play this because it was a hit song. So I mean, with Sir Mix-a-Lot and Nasty Ness and myself, we did a lot of dance music back in the day, but we didn't think it was dance music. We just thought it was just hit music. We didn't know what we were doing. We had no idea. We didn't know it was house music. We had no idea what we were just playing the music. Here's a funny story. CC Music Factory. Remember that guy?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
What was the song? It was
Sweet Sensation. Feel the vibration. Dun, dun,
okay,
dun,
so
dun, dun.
Here we go. His name was.
No, that was Marky Mark.
Sorry. His name was Freedom.
Make you sweat.
That's it. Now you sing it.
Make you sweat. Freedom was the biggest song ever, right? Remember that song?
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, Freedom was in town, so Sir Mix-a-Lot was like, "Hey, Jess, play some Freedom music. I mean, he's in town. Do his thing." So I'm playing, playing this song, and the song was back in the day. I was live mixing in Seattle. And this song was skipping.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was skipping bad. No, bro, it was skipping bad. So I had to tap the, tap it to,
Did you have any nickels on it or what?
No, back in the day, I should have put a nickel on it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over here like, oh my God, right? So Nasty Ness I'm like, please don't say anything. And like, Jess, what do you do when there's a record that skips like that? I'm like, well, Ness, you know what I do? I grabbed the record, put it next to the microphone, and I broke it.
This is on the radio, on the air.
This was live stuff. Back in the day, it was live stuff. So I broke it, right? So, you can hear it on the radio. Freedom from, he came in, CC Music Factory, we're going to do an interview. He came in and wanted to fight me.
Oh, he took it as like disrespectful. Like, what? Why are you breaking my record on the radio? And you're like,
that's exactly what he said. And I'm like, bro, I have like 10,000 records that you sent me, bro. I just crappy one. I apologize. And he's this smaller. He's this small. I'm like 6'1". He's this small.
Oh, bro, but you got to think about something, Jess.
What?
That dude was the butt of every hip hop joke. I mean, from the beginning to the end, you know what I mean? But like,
absolutely, I agree.
He's getting that Jock Jams money, so like he don't care. But every MC ever, like that would be the easiest person to diss automatically. And I don't know, that was an honest mistake by you, but he was probably like, "Oh, you think you're so hip hop that you're above me?" You know, that's probably in my mind. That's probably what he was thinking. What do you think?
No, he came out to me like he was like, "Oh my God, you disrespect my record and you broke it on the radio." I'm like, "Bro, that's what I do when records skip," because I was playing all over the valley, all over Seattle and stuff, and I'm like, that's what I do. But I have your record, man. He's like, he wanted to find me. His little security that was there with him held him back. I was laughing. I'm like, bro, I would never ever play your records again, Freedom. You are done with me. You are absolutely done. So he came out with another record that nobody cared, with his shirt off, whatever. Till this day, I'm not lying. Till this day, on my mix shows, I will never play a Freedom record.
Wow.
I will never play that. What was the song? Dance. Come on and dance. Whatever. What was it called?
I felt like I remember Make Him Say,
Make Him Say, Oh my God, horrible. Never ever will play that guy's song. Where is he at now? I want to do.
Yeah, that was their second hit. That's right. Now I remember.
Right? VH1, where are they now? I want to see where he's at right now. What's he doing? He's working.
I feel like he's doing some of those old school tours here.
No, he's doing in and out right now. He's working at in and out. That's his great plan.
Listen, Freedom, if you're watching the Chino Brothers or if you see this clip, Jess is calling you a punk. So if you want to come back here and respond to this, young man, you're more than welcome
to.
Let's
do it. I got you, bro.
All these years later. Just been training with those MMA dudes from Baker.
Conor McGregor, dude. Come on.
Hey,
I'm
but
sure you guys got an MMA gym.
That Freedom did this on live radio.
I'm gonna beat you up, bro.
Yeah, he came at me live radio, bro, like that. Like we had like, what's going on? Like commercials, go to commercials.
See, folks, this is the
He's
first
taking
story
off
of
his
the night.
shirt.
This is the first story of the night. Look at what we're bringing entertainment-wise here tonight, folks. This is the first story of the night. Breaking news: the dude from CNC Music Factory is a punk, according to DJ Jess.
Absolutely, he's a punk. And he's still a punk, whatever he's doing. God bless whatever he's doing. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the guy. I mean, whatever, whatever. But
at that moment, at that point in time, it's like, and were you telling him like, dude, it was a joke, bro. I've got more records, whatever.
Down, man.
Yeah. Well, dude, he is from New York though, right? Maybe, and because people clown him so much,
he's
like, I got to be extra tough in person because.
Yeah, man. I mean, you meet all types of cats, man. Here's another story. In Seattle, we had a wall with famous artists like Madonna, Michael Jackson, so-and-so. You know what I mean? We're talking about old school before I came in Seattle. It was like the wall of fame, right? Back in the day. And these artists, these new artists from nowhere, from Sir Mix-a-Lot, because Sir Mix-a-Lot was trying to do new artists. I can't remember their names. Like
Kid Sensation was the one I remember.
Kid Sensation,
yeah,
and something Dog back in the day. Anyways, they went on that wall, all the fame, and put their names and wrote over Madonna. Wrote over.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. It was a horrible mess, man. That whole wall was just shambles, man. You're talking about the boss, right? I mean, you're talking about, right? Back in the day, old school stuff before our times, man.
And
that whole
sensation
was famous.
Painted over it.
Me and Sir Mick and me and we got in trouble for it. We were just like, I'm sorry,
hip hop guys. They ruined it. Yeah, man.
And it was just
that's sad, dude. That's sad.
Why would you do
that? But they were probably young too. I mean, Kid Sensation at the time was probably 19. 18, not thinking about it, thinking like, man, who are these old people? Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying that's probably what it was going through his head. And if you don't know,
DJ Punisher, after when Mix-a-Lot came out with his song "Baby Got Bad," DJ Punisher became a good friend of mine from back in the day, and he was showing me his scratches and what he did and what he do and stuff. And I learned a lot from Punisher because my scratching was different from Cali from what he was doing. I'm like, dude, it was phenomenal how you did it. Because back in the day, I mean, it was records. It wasn't like, start buttons, like how everything is right now with the mix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just actually records. And it was just like phenomenal how he did it. I'm like, bro, all I know is like, it's time.
Yeah, remember that one? Remember that routine?
Time.
Everybody knows this thing.
Everybody knows that. I mean, that's how you get into the DJ industry with it.
Well, because it sounds nice when you're not really that great at DJing, because you can just play switch the crossfader plenty of times, and if you're switching the crossfader fast enough, it sounds nice, and you just you know what I mean, like
right.
God bless it's time.
You know, like it's so easier for DJs today because they time it with with the punch button that they have. Like it's time. I mean, you could do this. It's time. It's time. Compared to what we used to do,
way easier.
Well, and you didn't have to dig in a crate to find its time, and you didn't have to make sure you put it inside that little piece of paper inside.
Right? Oh my God!
Oh, I hated when people didn't put it back.
People don't know this. It's like when DJs like myself back old school, like when your record was like loose back in the day, you would have to put a little paper between the pinhole. You remember that little pinhole? You put a little paper.
Oh yeah, give a little it would slide a little easier. The little needle hole. Yeah, right. the little center.
That little.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And I was gonna say too, you put your records back in the plastic cover because you don't want to accidentally scratch it. Play Freedom Williams's record on the air and then have to deal with all that. You put the record back in the sleeve, man.
Exactly, dude. I remember when Freedom Williams was at our show and I was DJing. The record did not stick.
Hey, was he wearing his shirt? I'm just wondering.
He wasn't. All he was doing was screaming, "This big 6'3" Mexican dude tried to fight me last week. I don't know what his problem is." I said, "I don't know, man."
What was he, like 4'3", 4'2"? I mean, he was small, bro. I'm like, bro, I would kill you. I would just like.
Dude, I haven't thought about that, man. Probably since I had to hear Jock Jams at like some work event.
Jock Jam. Oh my God, he was in Jock Jam, right?
You're right. They played the what was his song? Not the things that make you say, "Huh." What was the other one?
Gonna make you sweat.
Yeah, that's always on Jock Jams.
To this day, on my mix shows that I do on syndications, I will never play that song. It's a stupid song. Make you sweat. Nobody loved that song. I mean, he was the only. I will never play it.
It was all about the hook, anyways. Come on, it was all the hook.
I bet you it was about a big pile of cocaine and some hookers for program directors, is what I think it was about, dude. If you're asking me.
Nobody shared with me. Yeah.
Hey, but now let me ask you this: you're DJing, you're at a party, some guy comes up like, dude, play some Freedom Williams, play some CNC Music Factory. Here's $100.
Nah,
one song, $100.
I would play it. I'm that guy. If you're gonna pay me that much money, I'm gonna play it. I don't care. I'm just gonna say whatever. You want the whole song? You want me to go halfway?
I'll play it twice for 100.
Yeah, for 100. But I would make it known. I'll be like, hey, so and so paid me $100 to play this song. I didn't pick it.
What if that happened, right? Some dude came up, he gave you $100, and he's like, "You got to play CNC Music Factory." What's the song again? I'm sorry, I remember it.
Make you sweat.
Make you sweat. Oh my God.
Make you sweat, right? So he gives you $100, and then you point, right? You're like, "This guy right here, he paid me $100." He goes, "Actually, he paid me." He points over his Freedom, sitting in the middle of the room, flipping you off. Like, I told you play my record.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to see him one day. I don't know.
Freedom, I'll take the double, bro.
I was right about to say that. Yeah. He's probably in and out. He's probably in and out, bro.
He's selling hot dogs.
Freedom, I want my fries animal style, please.
Make you dance hot dogs. How many would you like?
Like he owns his own franchise, and
this hot dog is delicious.
In this weird story, he owns a franchise of hot dogs, or is he selling like Mexican hot dogs with the bacon wrapped around them at the beach in Santa Monica?
That's delicious, Randy. You need to
Those are good.
That's delicious.
I know, huh? Bro, so we used to live in Tucson, and before everybody in the world had the Sonoran style hot dog that we just described, the best one you ever had in your life, it was at this place called Hueto Canelo. It was in the South Side. Oh my gosh, we go there for lunch. It was the best place in the world. They had a grill, you'd open it up, and he had them big fat bulbous onions, the green onions like this. And you just throw them on the plate. Big fat salsa bar. Oh man, I love that place. How about you, Adlai? You love that place or what?
Hueto Canelo was so good. That's and speaking of like food like that, I mean, Seattle, was there good Mexican food up there?
There had been good food in Seattle.
Oh no. Let me bring this back. I'm talking about. All right. So I lived in Seattle. I lived with prep boys. I lived in Seattle University. Seattle University was a Catholic school for university, and we're talking about some preppy boys. All right. Anyways, I introduced them. We went down to Broadway, and there was a Mexican restaurant there. So we went there, and I'm like, hey, you guys want Mexican food? We're going to do it. We're talking about like maybe, I don't know, 12 guys and myself. We're eating. They looked at me crazy because I got my tortilla, and then I grabbed it, and I made myself a little piece.
You just ate food with your tortilla like
a
normal
how we
person.
Did it, right? Mexicanos, you know how we do it? We get tortilla. We don't need no fork. We use tortilla.
I thought everybody did that. That's not just the normal way to eat.
They looked at me like I was a savage. I'm like, bro, get the tortillas. You guys all got tortillas. That's your fork. I had to teach them.
That's awesome.
It's so crazy. Yeah, use that. That was your food, man. That was your fork. Wait a minute. Here's another story. I got to share this with you. When I went to Seattle, maybe like within weeks. All right, Seattle's known for like Alaska and Hawaii. So there's a lot of like Samoans. Yeah, a lot of Hawaiian Filipinos.
Hold on, Jess. I got to ask you this. Because it bugged me out. I've been to Seattle once. So me and my wife went to Seattle.
Right.
And everyone there was half Asian. I want to say everyone, but a good giant chunk of people were half Asian. So much so to the point where people thought they'd seen me. Like people thought like this lady, we were buying tickets for the little ferry thing. And she was like, oh yeah, you were here last week. And I was like, ma'am, I've never been in this city a day in my life. Like I look like everyone. What's going on with that town?
That's where I'm going right now because in Seattle, because Filipinos look like Mexicanos, straight up, right? Back in the day, I was just like, with a mustache, whatever. Anyways, so I'm there, had no friends, had no idea what's going on. So I go downstairs, Seattle University, go down to the cafeteria. There is, Filipinos from Hawaii there, right? They come up to me like, hey, bro.
What's up? Yeah.
Hey, bro. What island you from? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what island you from? From Hawaii. And I'm like, what? I mean, they were like broken English. I'm like, no one, well, come eat with us. So it was a long table, right? It was Filipinos from Hawaii. I mean, we're talking Hawaii, Samoans, Filipinos, everybody from Hawaii, straight from Hawaii. Everybody's eating. They look at me. I have a mustache. Right? So I'm eating. They're like, hey, bro, so what island are you from? Where were you from? I'm like, I'm from Fresno, California.
I thought you were going the other direction, Jess. I thought you were like,
they laughed at me so hard. I had no idea what's going on, man. Right? My parents didn't teach me all this stuff. I had to learn myself. So I'm like in there. I'm like, I'm from Fresno, California.
This crazy California guy eats with a tortilla.
Like, California guy. Hey, bro, are you Filipino? I'm like, no, I'm Mexican, man.
I thought it was going. You were gonna walk up on them because you had seen nothing but a bunch of white people. I thought you were gonna walk up on them and be like, "Come on, chingas fool," and then they'd be like, "What?" I thought that's the direction we were going in this story.
Man, it's the other way. There were maybe 20 Mexicans inside Seattle University, and a lot of them were my friends, but most of us were friends with Filipino, with the Hawaiians, Samoans and so forth. So they invited us to celebrate their events that they did for whatever events that they did in Hawaii. Man, it was awesome, bro. I learned so much.
Filipinos get down, bro. I will say that right now in front of God and everyone.
They know how to party, these guys.
Get down.
And the food's amazing.
Oh yeah, they got some good food.
That's great.
I never knew what you could do with with top ramen, but back in the day it wasn't top ramen. It was just noodles, right? And spam. I'm like, God, my mom used to make spam and eggs back in the day with some chile on top, but these guys went off the hook. Man, I learned so much from those guys. Man, I miss them a lot. So yeah, I keep taps with them, so they're doing good.
Jess, how like when you're DJing in radio, I'm assuming are you doing a fair amount of clubs as well, or?
Well, I I actually stopped doing clubs. I stopped doing events back in the day when Q97 radio is where I started in Fresno. And after that was over, I just stopped doing, events. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no idea. I actually cried after that when Q97 left me, when I was with that company for 20 years and I started with them with hip hop and house music and, freestyle. We were like battling against, like Wild 94.9 in San Francisco. We were that station. We were like the wow station. And then for them to say, okay, we're done with you. Thank you for coming.
Ouch.
Right, bro?
What years was this? What years were you? What years? What was that?
I can't remember what year it was, but being with Q97 radio in Fresno was like 20 years.
Wow.
Man, we were Wild 94.9. I mean, we copied San Francisco. Whatever San Francisco did and San Jose with freestyle and dance music, that was us. Man, we knew exactly what they were doing.
Now, Jess, where does Greg Mack come into this story?
Okay, here's where Greg Mack comes in. Is before I went to Q97, Greg Mack saw me at a nightclub playing some, hip hop, and I was mashing up back in the day. Before mashups were doing. Greg Mack came up to me. I had no idea who's Greg Mack.
What?
No idea, bro.
You're far enough away, though.
Yeah.
And the internet wasn't even around back in the day. I have no idea.
Yeah, we're from Los Angeles. He's from Orange County. I'm from LA. So if we would have met we met Greg Mack on our show, and both of us sound like children because we were so in awe of talking to him. But go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg Mack came up to me. It was the club Paulitas. Came up to me and goes, "Hey, I want you to DJ for me in the morning show at this new radio station that we're doing." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever." I'm like, "I'm cool. I could do that." Right. I met Greg Mack in the station launch. It was 94.3 The Party in Fresno, hip hop station. Back in the day, it was more pop all over. Fresno was like confused with the music, but Greg wanted to do hip hop. This is when Pac, Eminem, everybody was coming out, man. Bad Boy was coming with their stuff, right?
Party rock, baby. That was some good times, man.
That was good times,
Max.
Right? You're talking about Big Pun. Everybody.
All of it. Yeah, the good.
That was the era. I had no idea what I was getting into. He goes, "Jess, I want you to do the morning show mix." I'm like, "All right, why not?" Sure enough, I was delivering TVs at Steve's TV. And then I was doing the morning show with Greg.
Oh my gosh.
And I was getting the Steve's TV truck and driving to, where was it at? It was Reedley. No, it wasn't Reedley. Kerman. That's where the radio station at. It was Kerman. It was 94.3 The Party. So I was doing the morning show with 94.3 The Party. And I was doing mixing live with him. And it was the break of the Central Valley of hip hop. We made KBOS B95 switch from pop to hip hop.
Really?
Yes.
That's a big deal because B95 has been the heritage hip hop station.
That was the station everybody loved, but they knew the damage we were making because we were the hip hop radio station.
Wow, man.
Were you working with Danny P at that time?
I was about to ask that. Was
Danny
P there?
Danny P is a little bit older than me. He used to do 96 FM, so I used to listen to him when I was on radio. He's like 67 years old.
So why are you gonna do that to Danny?
He's like 72 years old. Danny's 72 years old. Danny, I mean, he was one of the guys I used to listen to on radio, and we worked together at Q97 back in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when hip hop changed, with Greg Mack and everybody else was doing hip hop and stuff, Greg Mack had to sell the station to Art LeBeau. You guys know Art.
We worked for Art, man.
Who else? Our first professional
Art LeBeau, right?
He wasn't our friend, dude. Everybody says such nice things about him, but I don't agree with them.
Art LeBeau was a pimp player, man. That guy would show up to work with no shirt, with just all the hair sticking out with a gold chain. I'm like, man, with chocolate. This guy, who's this guy?
Dude, this fool showed up. He showed up to the station in Tucson. He was wearing a white suit, Like he lived on Fantasy Island. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
He was wearing a white suit with like one of them Cuban huarache shirts underneath like that. I'm not even kidding you, bro. He was walking around, all 5'1" of him with his hair plugs, walking around like this. Yeah. And then after he bounced, Adley goes, "Hey, did you notice he had a pee stain?" And then from that moment on, dude, if you peed, you didn't shake it enough, and it showed up on your pants, you called it Art LeBeau.
There you go.
I just ended both your careers.
Right?
I'm lying, Art. I didn't ever do none of that stuff, Art. I loved you. You were the best boss ever. I'm sorry for saying any of that stuff. Adley told me them stories. I didn't hear none of them.
So
I said sweat stain.
Sweat stain. There you go.
Tell us, Jess. Go ahead.
But when Greg Mack left and was left to Art LeBeau, I worked for Art LeBeau for like maybe a couple of months. Art LeBeau was very strict with all the stuff that he wanted to get done with the radio station.
Yes.
He's very forward to what he wants. I was like different because that's when Hard House was coming out. That's when house music was changing and it was becoming a different thing. And I got in contact with, DJ Linwood with the Earthquake mix. And, I was just like, I want to be like the Earthquake mix. This is what we need to do. So I made my show into House Nation in the Central Valley. So I was trying to teach house music. That's when Q97 heard it because Q97 was flipping their format from pop to hip hop and dance music. So I'm like, so they gave me a call. They're like, "Hey, you want to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." So I went to Q97. That's where I met Danny and, everybody. And we just started this whole new genre of music. It was so crazy how that you would never think that music from back in the day is like today's hoorah music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was Tulare, Visalia, even Fresno. Was it big on like the rave scene and stuff? I mean, breaking into warehouses and all that.
I lived in Fresno, so I would have to drive all the way to Visalia, which is like maybe 45 minutes every day because I did middays for Q97. I was doing my house show and all that stuff, and that's live stuff, music. I mean, we're talking about throwing in CDs, back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about carts.
Wow,
everything was live back in the day, and we were recording on, reel to reel.
Well, I used to do production on reel to reel.
Yeah,
and then you know what? Before at my first radio station I ever worked at, it was an alternative rock station in Phoenix. They had a reel to reel. It was the phone system. So if you to record your callers, you use the reel to reel. Right. And then to play your sweepers, you use the reel to reel. I didn't even think about that.
Oh my God. We did sweepers with our
with the cards. That's what we did. Yeah, we did at Hot. We did it on the cards.
So I taught myself how to do production and imaging for radio stations with Q97. So I did all the imaging, with the station voice and stuff with the cards. So I became that guy, the imager and production director.
So nice. It's so nice that you learn how to do that in a nurturing environment. I know this sounds like Dr. Phil or something, but like in like a good environment. Because like when I learned how to do production, dude, we had 2 studios for 3 radio stations, and our biggest production tool was called the shortcut, and it was also how we took calls. So you had to steal the shortcut from whoever was on the air and try to produce something as fast as you can, and then run it back to them. And it's like, oh my
God, bro.
Dude, it was rough, but that sounds like you had a real nice environment. Go ahead.
Well, back in the day, it was like real time. So like you had the cart ready. Yeah. Go do your commercial, music bed, go, boom. I mean, it was one take. It was that's how it was until Saw Plus came out, just like Adobe.
Saw, yeah.
Never Saw.
I like Saw.
You
didn't like it? You do?
I still work with that Saw.
I can't find it, dude. Burn me a copy, bro. I like you.
Saw, absolutely, man. It's great for mix those, man.
Back then, you had to work aboard tight, man, because you had a lot going on. You had, you're shooting this off, shooting that off. It was crazy.
But it was fun. It was like you were. It had like a charge to it. You know what I mean? And now I got to rewind these cards, and now I got to stack the CDs for the next guy, and like there there was a feel like you were dancing.
You know what's crazy is like I work now in radio. I work for Mega 97.9. It's so easy because I work from home, and I do it from here. I mean, these kids today don't understand the struggle back in the day. How we had to hurry up because that song was like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. We got to get that other song ready. Where's the CD? Who took the CD up?
Oh, that was the worst.
What about
right?
Remember that, Mike? Though one time
you play something else, right? You play something else, and then the PD calls.
The PD calls the light.
This is the wrong song.
Why are you playing the new Nelly song? That song's not released till Monday.
Yeah.
But have you ever done this, Jess? This has happened where and all the radio labels would send you clean versions, obviously, but sometimes you had the single where they put the dirty version first, so you had to turn the little thing to track 2.
Right.
But if you forgot, the dirty version came out. Have you ever accidentally played the dirty version?
Those labels, I mean, they try to trick you back in the day. Like, that was radio and this is not radio. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You can't say ho on the radio.
Well, you don't. You like, why do you send me the one? There should be no one in my studio that has the cussing on it. Like, why do you even, like, why is it even on here? Because you're only sending me, like, you're not going to sell this thing. What idiot wants, hey, you know what I want? I want the dirty version and then the clean version. That's what I want. I'll spend money for that. No, just put the clean version.
Back in the day, like, DJs like me were like, okay, where's the instrumental? We only got the instrumental.
Yeah,
that's what
we wanted was the flip.
So when we mixed back in the day, it was like instrumental. And then it was the record that actually had the vocals on it back in the day. Made the DJ talk, whatever they wanted to do. Then you strapped in whatever, man.
Do you guys remember when 12-inch singles would do that, where it would have the instrumental first or the instrumental second and the regular one first? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Today, I mean, it's already produced with the intro, like, 16 seconds, and then the song comes on. It's so simple now. But back in the day, man, it was just so much fun because you're hearing off the DJ, whatever he's saying, whatever is on the air, and then whenever he's done, like, boom, and you go into the song.
Yeah, hitting your post, dude.
Hitting the post. The post was dang, man.
Yeah, you felt like you felt
man,
so
but
cool.
it felt good. Yeah,
right?
Hitting the post, man.
If you hit the post on a song that was pretty obvious when the lyrics started, it's like, all right, bro, I'm not giving you nothing for that. But if you started like on one of those ones where it kind of stuttered into the song, you'd be like, oh man. Yeah.
It was a big deal for DJs on air back in the day. When you hit the post, it was oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, is the mailman guy here? It's like, why is the mailman guy here? Mail guy? Yeah, because I hit post.
That's it, oh boy. That's it. Yeah, dude, but if you hit the post on like Party Up, then you were the real man, because that one starts so weird. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a big deal in radio when you hit post. Then a lot of people are like, what do you mean by post? It's like, you have the music bed, you talk, and then boom, the song comes on after you're done.
But there's also hitting the post where you're talking garbage words before you hit the post.
Fill the space.
What I mean? Like that. Like if you're gonna celebrate hitting the post, you have to have like plugged the club or said some sort of like fact about the song that's playing or the artist that's playing. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, hey, this is DMX with his new song, and I really like this song, and I loved his song last time, and that. If you're saying junk words to get on Hot 98, like,
I love this song.
Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
It's so great.
Exactly. You guys know I'm telling the truth, right? Like, this isn't a crazy thought in my head.
I know what you're saying, because you're like, you throw your mic, it's like, dang, I missed the post.
Oh, if you miss the post, yeah. And you know what sucks worse? When you miss the post by like half a beat, but you thought you hit the post. So you like put your finger down as though you hit the post to make everybody think you're cool, but you didn't.
yeah, absolutely, man. That happened to me a lot.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Good times back in the day, man.
Hey, real quick, I want to go back to the Q97 thing.
Because
in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff, Q97, B95, it was a battle.
It was
nonstop.
B95 was more hip hop, and Q97 wanted to be like Wild 94.9 in San Francisco. So everything that Wild was doing, I mean, like Jose Melendez, St. John, everybody. We even got St. John to do the voicing for Q97.
He was our imaging in Tucson.
He's imaging everywhere, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like you go to Wisconsin, he's there.
Yeah, St. John and I became good friends because I did all the imaging. Yeah, back
all
in
the production on the imaging and stuff.
Right. So, so we were concentrating on the freestyle, all the new stuff that was coming out. Freestyle like Angelina, DJ Juanito was coming out with his stuff, and then Latin house was huge back in the day. You're talking about like Muévela la Colita, Café con Leche, but it was a house kind of a feel to it, and people were like tripping out on it. So we were doing the same thing they were doing. And when I talked to Jose Melendez about it, he was all like, you guys are doing exactly, it sounds like Wild 94.9 in Fresno.
Huh.
And we were making a lot of noise, but we did sprinkle the hip hop in there. We were just not hardcore.
Okay. Now, because I wonder, because B95 didn't see a market for it, because they were a number one station for a long time.
Heritage. That's what it was.
Only because of heritage.
That's all it was, is because everybody knew about it. I mean, they would love Q97, but they would mark down B95.
Yeah.
I always hated that stupid rating system.
Stupid rating system, bro.
Yeah.
I always hated that.
Unless you're
It's not
B95.
real. Well, whatever radio station has the Steelers on is always getting, if you're in Pittsburgh, and if you play the Steelers, it doesn't matter what else you play. You could play Chickens Farty Yankee Doodle Dandy for the rest of the day.
Right.
And they would say, that's the station I listen to.
Absolutely. People don't pay attention to that. And that's what's sad about radio DJs like myself. Like I'm on Mega 97.9. People still think I'm a Q97. I'm like, don't
know you from that.
Right. Don't give Q97, the stars. And, I'm listening to Q97. Give me the stars over at Mega 97.9 Radio. You know what I mean? So what I'm doing on Mega 97.9 Radio is so funny because what I did at Q97 back in the day.
Stop saying that other station. Don't say Q97 anymore. You might fool people into voting for them. We're on Mega. What was it? Mega what?
Mega 97.9.
So one more time. Mega 97.9.
Mega 97.9. So what I did back on that other station,
I'm boo-boo station.
I'm bringing it to Mega 97.9. So people are recognizing that. They're remembering that, like Angelina, Lina Santiago. You're talking about, the Latin house music and the dance music when it first started, like booming and stuff with Stardust, Show Me Love and all that stuff. Night Crawlers, La La Land, all that stuff. That's where we played back in the day. Now it's on Mega. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm doing this, night show with the mixes. Why not put those mixes together and make a mix show called Backspin Radio?
Yeah. Now tell us about Backspin Radio, because you're playing some good music. You're playing the music that we all like to hear. And those of us that don't live in a market that it's playing, possibly we can listen to it online. Backspin Radio is where it's at, DJ Jess. Please tell us about it.
I appreciate that, man, because, to make myself happy, because I do commercials and I do production and I do on air. I mean, that's my job. But to make myself happy, I have to do something. And I've always done mix shows. Like I did Clubhouse Radio back in the day when house music just first started. House Nation before EDM came out. A lot of people don't know me back in the day, but I started hard house music back in the Central Valley when it came out. So now I'm bringing that all back together with Backspin Radio. So you're going to hear Rick James with some hard house. You're going to hear hard house with, it's just a variety of everything. So I'm like, let's make a show called Backspin Radio. And what's crazy is that this show is free to all radio stations.
Wow.
Yeah. Hit up DJ Jess. Yeah.
DJ Jess, maybe you could teach us about syndication sometime off the air. Maybe you could teach us.
I have no idea about syndication.
Well, you're on several stations. You're syndicated. You know more than we do.
It's because these cats know me. And they're like, hey, you have a mix show now? I'm like, yeah, here it is. Have it. Do it. Do what you want to do with it. And, we want
to do that with the podcast. We want to say, hey, radio stations, you want to put this on your social media platform? We'll even do imaging for you, blah, blah, blah. How would we do that?
You just got to present it to them. Like do a whole show. And then here's our show. This is what it sounds like. And we want to put this on your radio station.
Well,
And that's what
we don't even want to put it on their radio station. We want to put it on their social.
there you go.
And
Put
their
on-
socials, dude, you know, radio stations don't do nothing with their social media.
No. You know what's crazy is that, like right now I'm on Hot. Man, I can't remember, Hot 97.7 or something like that. But it's just a website radio station. That's a big deal too right now. That's what DJ Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes, you know Looney Tunes.
You know Looney Tunes? Oh yeah. Good dude.
He has his own thing on the website now. He's doing radio on the website, and it's all mix shows. So that's how
Okay.
yeah,
I've seen
you
that.
make
Yep.
friends with friends, and you introduce what you're doing, and they'll help you out. And that's what it is. Like with Looney Tunes, with all my DJ friends that I met, and people that I heard, I'm like, hey, I want you to be on Backspin. Danny, come on, Backspin, and so, and that makes a relationship. So Danny's all like, hey, I need you Backspin on Friday nights. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I need 10 hours of it. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's only 3 hours.
Who told us about that? Somebody told us about that, where like they were working mad hours putting together mixes. I feel like that might have been Noe, but somebody told us this crazy story about all these mixes they had to put together, like 30 hours of mixes in a week. And I'm like, what is going on here?
And with Mega 97.9, I try to get other DJs to play on my show, and Mega's all like, no, we want you only. I don't know how you're gonna work it, but we don't want anybody else but you. And I'm like, oh, how am I gonna do that? And they're like,
how many hours is this?
The show is actually just 3 hours. So the 3 hour show that I do, I have my own show that I do at night, which is from 6 to 10. So the mixes that I do at 9, I actually put that as the Backspin Radio. So I'm knocking out two stones at one time.
Two birds with one stone. But bro, you're still working 4 hours of mixing every single night.
Every single night. But you know what though? It's the passion of love, man.
Nah, bro, I ain't mad at you, but that's the real grind, and that's what these young people got to understand. That's what I'm saying.
Man, if you love what you do, you're gonna do it. You're
gonna do it, even if it's a grind. Like even if you're like, I'm sick of this, you're not sick of it. You still love it.
Right, absolutely. Like I want to surprise people. Even like on Twitch, when I'm on Twitch, I like to surprise people because I listen to all the people that are mixing right now. So I throw, I'm on the left side.
Throw that Twitch handle out, dog. Come on, man.
Jess Mixaholic on everything. Jess Mixaholic on everything. All social media platforms.
Just Mixaholic.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about
follow Jess on every single.
I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Follow Chino Brothers. We'll follow you back. Follow Chino Brothers. But dude, we're real. Follow Chino Brothers. We'll follow you back, and we'll even hype your videos. We can stitch your videos and stuff.
Oh man, you should look. I have funny videos on TikTok right now. My wife.
Then follow Chino Brothers. We'll follow you back, and then we'll stitch your videos. But bro, we're very controversial on TikTok. So if you're trying to stay away from controversy, don't.
Nah, you guys go look at my videos. You guys be like,
cool. All right, cool. If you're as wild as we are, then yeah, don't worry about it.
I am so wild. It's just so crazy, man.
I'm good at TikTok. So when me and Adelaide started this, my shop TikTok account had 10,000 followers. So I was like, okay, cool. Now all I got to do is just get one to hit, and then I'll start catching up.
Right.
So I put this video out with this horse, or these two guys washing this horse's wiener. And then I came out afterwards. I was like, you can never talk about
washing their wieners?
Yeah, horse's wiener. Like they're washing
their job, though. It's their job.
Not
for fun.
Yeah, and then I came out. I'm like, you can never complain about your job, man. Look how bad those guys' jobs are. Dude, that video. Been enjoying the Twitch mix.
Louis V, we've had him on.
Yeah, Louis V's dope.
Nice.
Back to you know Louis V, Jess? You know Louis V?
Who?
Do you know Louis V? The cat that just said what's up?
Louis V?
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
He's on Groove. He does.
Dude,
he
used to
Groove, right?
He used to play. What's that club that he used to play at Adelaide that I was so impressed by?
Florentine Gardens.
Yeah, he used to play at the Florentine Gardens, and he used to DJ with Art of Noise, dude.
That's the one.
Art of Noise back in the day.
Yeah, isn't that dope, dude? I'm telling you, man, DJs have wonderful stories. I love this podcast. I'm telling you, DJs forever. I don't care. All right, let's get back to this DJ we have on here right now.
Jess,
man,
hey, and
appreciate
I got to ask you too, though, because in the when you were on Q97 and all that, that was the heyday of artists coming through, stopping by the station, hanging out.
right.
I mean, I want to hear a list of names of famous people you've met.
Oh man, we're talking about Snoop, Rihanna, bro. I did an interview with Rihanna. You know the song "Pawn the Replay," right?
It's like our first song, right? Yeah.
Crappiest song of all time from Rihanna. Garbage song from Rihanna.
You hate that song?
I'm just saying it was garbage.
I'm mad at you.
That was her first song. Anyway, she came in. My PD comes up to me and is like, Jess, you're going to interview Rihanna, this girl, Pawn the Replay. She's pushing this song. I'm like, okay, that crappy song we're playing like every 15 minutes. He's like, yes, she's coming. You're going to interview her, but we're not going to put it on radio. I'm like,
we're going to record it.
Like, pretend that it's on the radio. I'm like, you want me to pretend?
I hate that.
You want me to pretend that I'm doing an interview?
No, I've done that. Have you done that before, Adley?
Yeah.
It's
With Rihanna.
awful.
Rihanna. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like talking to Rihanna, and her accent was really heavy back in the day.
Oh wow.
She had a really deep accent, and I took pictures, whatever. Had the interview, never aired it. Nobody ever thought she was going to be huge back in the day. Delete. Delete. Delete.
Because he only had 2 gigs of memory on his computer, so
Yeah,
I gotta produce this furniture.
It drops like, hey, this is Rihanna. You're in the mix with DJ Jess, the mixaholic. I delete.
No,
right, but as a DJ, you would think like these people are not going to be bigger than what.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, pause the replay.
Yeah, for every one Rihanna drop, you have 1,000 nobody drops.
Absolutely,
but I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
They're drops that you have to explain to people who they are. Like it'll be like, hey, we're 7x7, and you're listening to Adley at night. It's like, who's 7x7? Well, they had that one song. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to explain, right. But I have so many drops from everybody. I met everybody like from Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg. I got high with Snoop Dogg, LV. We got drunk, got high. We went to a strip club. I mean, we're talking about Fresno, City Lights in Fresno. Yeah,
City Lights is the grimy strip club.
Right, with Snoop and LV back in the day. We're talking about, so many people. In Seattle, I met Tupac. Nobody knew he was.
You met Pac?
No, nobody knew he was going to be big. He was with Digital Underground back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? So nobody knew he was going to be huge. Right? So I met Digital Underground, talked to them, took pictures. Tupac, I'm like, oh, whatever. He's just a backup singer. Nobody knew.
You didn't take any pictures with Pac?
Nobody knew. How are you going to know? Right? So, and then.
Hold on, wait, Jess.
Camera phones either.
What?
No phone.
I like how Jess will tell us who he met, right? That's like so over the top. And we know he didn't take pictures. And instead of wanting us to be like, what is wrong with you? He goes, who nobody knew. Like he keeps trying to push us back with the nobody knew.
I'm letting you know.
I know, dude, but it's Tupac, man.
Tupac had no songs out. He was with Digital Underground. Let me tell you something. They showed up in a limo. We did an outdoor, Cube 93, outdoor event. They showed up. And it was, the Humpty Dance song, whatever. They all came out all high and stuff. And I'm there with them talking, to everybody from Digital Underground. And then there's Tupac in the background and whatever. Nobody cared about Pac back in the day with the Underground. It was all about.
He was Tupac. Did you know his name? Or he's like, oh, it's a backup dancer.
Nobody knew. I didn't know his name.
Crazy.
He was just part of the entourage of Digital Underground. It's sad, right?
He had that one line.
Hanging around underground.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Run DMC came out. Jam Master Jay. I knew all them. I took pictures.
I thought for a second you were going to tell me you didn't know who they were. Oh,
I knew who they were. Right.
Don't do that.
Right. And then I was with the dance scene too. Like Robin S. came out, and I met Robin S. in Seattle. She was coming out with "Show Me Love." That was her first song ever. I met a lot of cats back in the day, man. It was so crazy.
All right, here's the question, Jess. Who was the one celebrity who was the biggest tool Who is the one that you're like, I cannot stand this person. I don't want to ever see him again.
Besides Freedom Williams.
Back in the day, it would be Little John.
Really?
Because I opened for Little John in Fresno, and he gave me so much crap because I overshined him and his whatever people that his people's. Hey, why are you doing that? Why are you scratching? Why are you playing this song? Why are you playing that song? Da, da, da. You had the music list. I was drunk. I wanted to shine. I wanted to shine. There was so many people there. I wanted to be the guy.
Wait, so you were the DJ and he was kind of the guest,
right? I'm like, okay, now here's Little John, everybody. Here's Little John. Let me just stop the music. Here's Little John, everybody. But me and Little John, we got into it back in the day in Fresno. And yeah, it was funny, right? And then we met again at a rave at like Island Park in Fresno or something like that, with the
one of the water park.
Yeah, water park. So, I opened up as well, and he was there as well. And that dude hated me.
He still hated you?
Oh, he hated me from the
night. You remembered, huh?
I don't care, because you know what? I gained respect. Because you know what? I was scratching. I was doing my thing. I was showing off, whatever. But yeah, until this day, I don't play Little John records.
Oh my gosh, man. Jess, you're not going to be able to play anybody. You just start fighting people.
It's Freedom, Little John.
Is there someone else on this list?
Hold on, Jess. I'm going to ask him right now if there's someone else on this list. You ready for this one, Adley? What about R. Kelly? Can you play his music or can you not play his music?
I would only play R. Kelly's song.
You cannot say "Step in the Name of Love." That one's off the table.
Why?
No, because you have to be able to play that at a wedding. So you can't say that song.
I will play that one, and I play the one with Redman. The
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice song.
Those are the only two that I play.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that
Everything
one.
else is slow. Everything else is slow, right? Yeah, Home Alone track.
I don't know, bro. He just put out such great music. You know what I'm saying? Like Ignition is a good song, dude.
Good music, and we grew up with that music, right? But for what he's done and what he did, yeah, I get it. I mean, but the music for me, myself, I'm like, it's all about the music. It's not about what he did. It's all about what he's done. Maybe somebody could come out and redo the songs, maybe.
Right? Name any R&B song that you would ever want to play at a club as much as Fiesta. Like Fiesta, when Fiesta came out and you played that song at the club,
yeah, bro,
the ladies were going on the dance floor. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was like that. I got to break it because I'm like, you try to get too hard, you start getting to like Master P or something stupid like that because you're just trying to like light the place up, see how hard you could take it. Then you start noticing you're losing all them ladies.
Yeah.
All them ladies come back on the floor screaming, putting their drinks down.
Can't do it no more, man. It's done. So sad how those great songs are absolutely done.
After the party, it's the after party.
Yeah.
But you can still play Michael Jackson.
What are you talking about?
Totally different.
Yeah, you're totally somewhere else.
No, so Adley saying since Michael Jackson was an accused pedophile, R. Kelly, but R. Kelly did way worse. If Michael Jackson, what he did is what he did. Now, I'm not saying Michael Jackson should have done anything. None of my business besides dance, play music, and put out weird music videos. However, that being said, R. Kelly's crime, if like from everything I keep hearing about this dude, that's like a horrible cult leader what he did.
It absolutely
brainwashing and all that stuff. That's
why I'm wishing somebody would like remix his stuff. Why not? With new artists doing his stuff.
I know, but who could sing like that man, bro? They're not going to sound as good as him.
How about that closet? Remember the closet stuff?
Yeah. It was 900 videos he did.
What a great!
She's looking at
right
me.
with the video.
Yeah. What's his name? The dude from the Whispers or whatever, the old man from the what band? From the Gap band, I think he was.
The Gap band. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Brothers?
You know who I'm talking about? Isley Brothers. Was that him?
Outstanding guy.
Yeah. And then he's in the video with him in the closet thing. He's the dude who's getting cheated on.
Yeah.
I'm a catch a case. Remember that? Oh, dude. All that stuff was good.
One of my favorite songs from R. Kelly would be Ignition.
100%, dude.
Oh, you don't
That was
hear
another one. I know, but that's another one that can light up women on the dance floor. That's another one. That's your next one. You went too far into Dr. Dre now. You thought you were going to get cool and go into Exhibit. That was too much. These ladies are leaving the dance floor. But don't worry. I've got it for you.
Right. Oh, man. I love that song.
Can I get a beep, beep? Can I get a boop, boop? Man, every woman put her drinks down and ran on that dance floor as fast as they could.
Absolutely, man. Great song back.
And you remember when Jay-Z and R. Kelly had that did the album, actually completed the album, and then the stuff started popping off.
I've never heard it.
It's really good.
Jay-Z and R. Kelly?
Yeah, remember? They had an album together. You could look it up. And it came out, but then all the stuff, and then Jay-Z's all, nope, don't put it out
of here. Don't talk about me.
Just leave it. But
Jay-Z like, all right, cancel.
Yeah.
This guy's going to jail. Cancel it. Put it off. No more Spotify. Take it out. Spotify. Hey, Beyonce, call them.
Oh my God!
It was Best of Both Worlds was the name of the album, and it was.
Oh my goodness, man!
And it sucks, huh? Because his music is phenomenal. But I totally agree with what everybody's saying. But the problem is, his music is phenomenal. Like he was the best R&B artist in that era.
Absolutely, man. Body.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Man, I still play that with my wife right now. She's all like, "Oh, get me down, baby." I don't care. That's our thing. And then put on Jodeci after that. It's over.
All right, here we go, Jess. Oh, dude, you know who else used to tear it up back then was Keith Sweat, bro. Remember Keith Sweat back in the day? He put out them jams, bro.
That one,
oh my goodness.
When he first came out with I Wanna and Make It Last Forever, that's the only album I like.
Really? You didn't like Nobody?
Twisted?
No, it was all right. The first
wow.
Make It Last in the rain, bro. In the rain.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All
right, here's the next. Let's get back to this interview. So, who is the coolest celebrity that you ever met, but you didn't think he was going to be cool? Like, you just thought he was going to be a tool, but then you met him and you're like, oh man, this dude's really cool.
Oh man, a celebrity back in the day.
You're going to say Randy. DJ Randy, because there he is.
Hi, Randy. Randy's in the house right now, man. Randy and I go way back. Back in the day, I would say it would have. I mean, I can't say, man. I mean, everybody. The Ghetto
Boys. The
Remember
coolest
Ghetto Boys.
The Ghetto Boys.
Remember them?
Yeah, of course we remember them.
Yeah. Oh, also Cypress Hill.
Just real
Cypress
cool,
was like that, really?
Cypress Hill, the lead singer of Cypress Hill, dated my sister.
Be Real dated your sister?
Yeah, that's another story back.
Holy cow, that's nuts.
Yeah, Cypress Hill, man.
From Fresno? He drove up to Fresno to kick it?
Well, Fresno brought him, and he dated my sister back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Naughty by Nature and I, we were good friends, and Trench, and we hang out.
What's that guy up to, Trench?
He's still He's still doing tours. He was just up in Fresno, wasn't
he?
He
was really? Fresno. Like those throwback tours.
Right? He separated with his boys, so it's just Trench now. So he's doing his own thing.
Does he do the Naughty by Nature songs?
He does all of them.
He's the main one too, right? Anyways,
make that money.
You know, my favorite Naughty by Nature song was always. I think to this day is my favorite Naughty by Nature song. Feel Me Flow. Remember that one?
Oh,
which one?
Yeah. Here we go now.
Feel me flow now. Feel me flow now. Yeah, that's nice.
Another dope one that's forgotten too is was it Uptown Anthem off the
that was a great song.
That was a dope.
I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm putting that on, dude, after the show. I got a lot of music to listen to after the show.
Was good. Yeah, that's
really good. Those songs you can hear on Backspin Radio. You can actually hear that.
On 99.3.
Well, not only that, I also have it on Mixcloud, so you can look it up on Mixcloud too. So
Do you ever ask Tretch to do like a drop for you on your?
I have all their drops. I have ice.
Really?
I have everybody's drop.
For Backspin Radio.
Yeah, not for Backspin, but they're like, hey, what's up? It's Trent from
No, I got you.
You're listening to DJ Jazz.
But like, I would just but you're homies with Tretch, right? Or no?
No, not really.
Because I was saying,
you forget about me. The only
dang
one
it,
that would be homie with me will be Snoop Dogg because, he came a lot to Fresno back in the day. And I mean, he was pushing hard with all his music. And, we hung out with him, me and Jojo Lopez and a lot of Danny too as well, man. Danny Palazzo, and we hung out with him, man. And we were like buddies and stuff. It was crazy. Even Lisa from the Colt Band.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Tell us about Lisa.
Lisa. Oh, she's a party girl. Oh,
really?
Oh my goodness. Back in the day, not today, but back in the day, she's a party.
I thought you were going to tell us about her today. What's she doing now?
Today, she's doing her thing. She's on cruises now, and I might be DJing on a cruise one day with the freestyle cruise, and
she's playing on a cruise now.
Yeah, she's on a cruise. A lot of the freestyle cruise.
Do you know how much Aquanet's on that cruise right now? I promise you right now, dude.
If you sold Aquanet on there,
dude, I'd have Aquanet. I get a pompadour wig, dude, because I'm bald. I get a pompadour wig so I can look like I did when I was a kid.
If only we knew the rules of. I'm bald too, but back in the day, man, right? Being bald today,
it wasn't called a mullet, but it was short on the sides, long in the back.
Yeah. The mullet.
I just had a pompadour, bro. That was my.
You had the Stevie B haircut. I had that 100%. Too, bro. I had the Stevie 100%. B haircut too.
I got it before everybody else got it. I had it freshman year in high school, 1987. Put my stamp on that one. That's the only thing I've been proud of my whole life. I had Stevie B's haircut before he had his haircut.
It was actually a Jerry Curl mohawk.
Everybody had a pompadour at that time, dude. Every dude that listened to like disco, everybody listened to freestyle. I
should post that. I actually took video back in the day. I took video of everybody back in high school. There's a lot of people in there. I should post
I will murder you if that video comes out, man.
Oh my goodness!
With my Frankie Says Relax shirt, I will murder you.
Who wore Birkenstocks and shorts? That was me back in the day. Birkenstocks and shorts.
What Cavaricci's when you're going out though?
Oh, Cavaricci's, right, with the silver tips.
Yeah.
I never owned Cavaricci's, bro.
Cavaricci's?
I never had. Dude, those were expensive, bro. I was shopping at Zodi's, man. I ain't got no Cavaricci money.
They had some shopping at Mervin's back in the day. That was Mervin's. Give me a black shirt.
Black button-down shirt.
All right. Well, Jess, at the end of the show, we always go over news stories, and Adelaide's going to read us some news stories. I'll make fun of them if you want to jump in with me to help make fun of them, and you're doing pretty good at it, so I bet you will. But since you're the guest, you get to pick which story we're going to read. So, Adelaide, you want to give Jess the Mixaholic some of these stories here?
All right, here's a couple headlines. This is about Coolio. Unfortunately, you guys know we lost him yesterday. He passed away.
I didn't know that until I saw your Facebook.
No, right? That was like late night for me.
Yeah, it was last night we found out. So sadly, but he was actually featured on Futurama and is going to be on the next season. So we actually recorded a bunch of lines and actually the raps before he passed away. So there's a story about that. I asked you guys if you guys would watch Dahmer yet from Netflix. Sounds like you haven't yet. I've watched a couple episodes. It's a trip. But Boozy Badass, we know him. He's a new rapper. But he says black people should take a stand to ban Netflix's Dahmer. So there's a story about that.
What?
What?
Yeah, banning. He wants to ban Dahmer, the show. And let's see. Oh, here's another one because Jess, you like tacos. Taco Bell's gonna test Beyond Meat carne-asada.
That sounds like a fun story.
So the fake
That's like a fun story.
They're gonna try it.
Shrimp tacos. Lengua tacos. Okay, go ahead.
You want to go that one?
Let's do some tacos. I love tacos, bro.
Wait, what was the last story?
I had one more. This is about Positive K. Remembers Big Daddy Kane would put him up against Jay-Z, so they'd battle.
Nah, let's do tacos. Let's do tacos. Man, you're just wasting your breath on that one. Let's go tacos. Tacos for 100. Asada.
All right. Well, Taco Bell will test meatless carne asada made with the Beyond Meat.
Whoa. A meatless taco?
You think Taco Bell's putting meat in them tacos right now, bro? if you thought that was meat, you've been eating at that place.
It's like
You know
Del
what I'm saying?
Tacos. It's like Del Taco calling tortas tortas.
Yeah, bro.
Have a torta.
Oh, that's too funny.
I mean, Del Taco. Oh my God, both of those places. That's diarrhea
Hey, let me
city.
tell you something. Del Taco's delicious after 2 a.m. with that mucho macho burrito. I'm not gonna lie, that
I
big
do remember
burrito
that.
with everything in it.
Bro, that
delicious.
will put me on the throne.
Absolutely at 2 a.m. That's I'm good with that. I'm good with
I'll
that.
do it.
I'll do it because I'm not gonna wait at a taco spot for like 3 hours for a taco when I could get a Del Taco like less than 10 minutes.
Bro, but what about Pollo Loco? Why can't I go there?
We don't have Pollo Loco in Tulare, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, we have. You know what we just got right now? It was Robert Tito's and then Arnold's or I don't know. It's like Robert Tito's.
Yummy place?
I don't
I
know. It's like
remember K Pasa. I used to DJ the Taco Tuesdays in Tulare.
okay, pasta.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, come on. We're supposed to be reading the
Yeah,
story.
okay, go ahead.
Taco Bell, yeah.
All right. Well, Taco Bell, they're trying to do the meatless carne asada. It's the fake meat, plant-based meat, I'll say. It's the latest effort from the Mexican chain to appeal to customers who don't want to eat meat. Taco Bell has had a passionate vegetarian and vegan fan base for decades, thanks to its meat-free protein options like beans and potatoes. But they've been slower to jump on the trend of these plant-based meats. In early 2021, Yum, the company that owns Taco Bell, signed a deal with Beyond Meat to create exclusive menu items for its fast food chains. There's also Pizza Hut and KFC. And Taco Bell promised to test a menu item made with Beyond, but it took a while. But anyways, they're trying it. So fake carne asada.
Like, is this for like I can see this in India. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in India, I'm being honest, because they don't eat meat there. They don't eat cow.
How do you know that? That's like Indians don't eat meat. How do you know that?
It's a Hindu thing, and the country's largely Hindu. So half the country's Hindu, and half the country's Muslim. So half Indians won't eat the beef, and the other half won't eat the pork.
Okay.
But that being said, so like that Beyond Meat, I could see that in India. Like, that makes sense. So it's like, okay, well, you can't eat beef or you can't eat pork religiously, I'm saying. So, like, I'm not saying, like, they just don't eat it. It's like, this is part of your religion. Now, whether you cheat on your religion or not, I am not familiar with that. It's none of my business. I'm going to assume you're not cheating on your religion because you know how it goes, Jess. Those Middle Eastern type folks, they take their religions pretty seriously. And those who say they don't usually pay consequences. Absolutely. I'm not one of them folks. So I believe you people.
Right.
That being said, that's what I'm saying. What do you guys think? India or something like that? What do you think? I mean, like, why would you want this at Taco Bell?
I would not want this at Taco Bell. Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, let me have the non-beef taco. What is it actually that they're putting in these tacos?
What up, Noe G? Now, look at this. Here's what it is. The steak substitute, the carne asada substitute, uses vital wheat gluten and fava bean protein.
It tastes like asada, but it's wheat gluten.
It's supposed to replicate the texture and taste of traditional carne asada.
That's like 10 minutes on the toilet, bro. Seriously, if you're gonna get...
I feel like all Taco Bell puts you on the toilet, though.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So, like, maybe they're giving you the authentic experience.
If Taco Bell don't put you on a toilet, then it's not good food. That's the way
you need to cleanse. When I go to Taco Bell, it's because I need a cleanse.
Both of you guys,
right?
I'm assuming, are close to my age. I can't believe you guys are still eating this stuff. I'm like, I gotta live longer. I don't want high blood pressure. I don't want diabetes.
Hey, but you have to, Mike, listen, you have to understand, like, after 2 a.m, where are you gonna go? Seriously,
I'm
where are you
going
gonna
home, dude. I'm going home.
You're gonna make something at the house. Let me put some eggs and let me get some meat out. Let me make some bacon.
No, I'm not eating. I'm going to sleep.
You're not hungry when you go to sleep?
Dude, I'm 50 years old. I'm not out at 2 a.m.
I'm hungry all day, every day, bro. I'm like, I need to eat after I'm done with the club or whatever I'm doing. I need to get somewhere, man.
I mean, I ain't mad at you, Jess.
Well, Mike, when we would DJ and get off at 2, we'd go to the Waffle House.
Yeah, we were young.
Or the grill. But I felt like wouldn't we do Jack in the Box or something crappy?
We do crappy food all the time, bro. We'd eat it real Rally Burtos, Filibertos, you name them.
You guys have rallies out there in Bakers?
No, this was in Tucson. In Tucson, we had this. It was a place called Rally Burtos. So it was like you know those like those Mexican restaurants you go in and they smell like Ajax and like
that's the best place.
Exactly, right? And everything's under like $3.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like
Los
5-roll tacos for $2.50. Yeah, like me and Adley would eat at those places all the time, he's saying. But bro, I was young, man. Like I can't eat like that no more, bro.
So
like
what's your diet like now? What do you eat? Well, I mean, what's your thing? I mean, you don't do fast food?
No, I haven't eaten fast food since pandemic.
Are you kidding me? So what
Not
do you
at all.
So
here's what happened.
So you're like, oh, I got to eat now. Are you going to make something or are you going to go get something?
Dude, I fast 3 days a week. 3 days a week, I don't even eat.
Mike. Jesus Christ. Stop. Jesus, I got to pray to you. What are you doing?
All right, dude, because
you're lying to me, Mike.
No, I'm not. Like Adley knows.
Right now underneath that desk right
no,
now.
Adley, no, I'm telling you, Adley knows.
You got Chick-fil-A underneath the desk.
No, right? I'm telling you. Adley knows when we were in radio together. So when we were in radio together, like before we were in radio, I was skinny and in shape and all this stuff because I worked. Not even I worked out. We were just poor. What I'm not. I was just poor. But then we got into radio and like record reps were taking me out all the time. Like, dude,
man.
Dude, it was like 4 days a week. I'm not lying to you, record reps. And then when it wasn't record reps, I mean 4 days a week. And then when it wasn't record reps, it was Durango would take us out to lunch. Adley, remember Terry Durango?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
he would take us out to lunch. So every day of the week, I'm eating gigantic meals. I got up to 260 pounds. And then I was like, I gotta figure this out. And when I turned 40, my back started doing all this stuff. I was like, I have to lose weight. Then I was watching YouTube, and then this big fat Puerto Rican lady, they showed her on television. They said, you see this big fat Puerto Rican lady? Well, you're not gonna see her no more. And she came out and she was smoking, like not pretty, smoking hot. And they're like, how did you get so hot? And she was like, I just don't eat 3 days a week. So I was like, all right, that's it. That's how I'm losing my weight. So then I saw this dude, he was ripped, and he was like, you want to look like me? I was like, yes. He's like, you want to be able to eat whatever you want on the days you eat? I was like, absolutely. He's like, well, then click down here. And I'm like, I will not do that. And I just looked at a bunch of videos, bro. I was like, I'm going to start fasting 3 days a week. And then I started eating sprouts. That's why I cook for myself. Bro, pandemic turned me into somebody who doesn't do normal stuff.
Mike, stop.
Mike does snack. Mike does have.
Oh, yeah. I eat a lot of snacks.
Like you eat a lot of snacks. So you eat like peanuts and broccoli?
No. Like I'll crush a bag of Doritos. Like here's the thing: when you fast 3 days a week, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. You choose to eat good food during the day, so that way your body has a lot of energy. But at night, when it's me and my wife and the kids are in bed, bro, I smack that little cart right there, and I get myself 3 bowls of whatever I feel like. And dude, I go to Sam's Club and fill up, bro.
Oh my goodness, good for you, man.
Yeah, dude, I love being an adult.
I can't do that. After the clubs, man, I'm just my wife's hitting me up. She knows when I'm done. She's all like, "Where are you gonna go? Because I know you're going somewhere. Where are you gonna go?" I'm like, "What you want to eat?" She's all like, "I want a carne asada taco." Find me somewhere with carne asada taco. She goes, "Just don't go to Del Taco because they know that's not carne asada. That's
you're gonna get boo boo. Yeah.
So I got to wait in line after the club, like for, a couple of, 30 minutes just to give me a torta or something.
But wait, you don't have any of those spots that are like, that are so greasy that you're not going to see the club goers going to? Do you guys have any spots like that in Bakersfield?
Well, I'm in Tulare.
Oh, so that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Tulare's way different.
Right? I mean, for the most part.
In Tulare, you got to beat the rush everywhere. Tulare is like, the club time over at 2:00. So you got to beat the rush right at 2:00. So normally the stuff that I do is like done at 12 because I do lounges. I don't do nightclub.
Okay.
It's like a lounge. It's like grown folk stuff.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
I beat the rush. So, they're like, oh, yeah.
What about Super Torta? Everybody keeps telling me about this spot over there.
Super what?
Super Torta. That's what Adley told me about.
Bakersfield spot. I don't know. Is it Tulare?
What called Super Torta?
Yeah. King Taco, Super Torta. There's a couple places like that. But what's the two?
You don't have that one, Jess? These guys always tell me about this amazing food. I never had any of it. But
Larry don't got crap.
Oh,
we gotta go to Visalia, man. We gotta go to Visalia. It's just
that's why you're waiting in line.
We got excited when we got Cane's. We got excited when In-N-Out showed up. But man, we don't got nothing. We got no Mexican spots whatsoever.
In-N-Out's nice, dude, but you have to wait forever to get a hamburger there.
Always
It's like,
one.
oh my gosh.
What's crazy is that we used to go to Visalia for In-N-Out all the time. Now that it's in Tulare, we don't go. That makes no sense, right? It's just like, it's here. Why don't we go? It's horrible.
All right, so I think we're all giving a thumbs down to this meatless taco, right?
The fake meatless carne asada. I don't know.
Thumbs
Man. That's
down.
scary. That's
We're already
scary.
getting enough diarrhea from you guys.
All right,
what's our
real
next story?
quick, Mike, at Taco Bell, what would you get if you drove up right now? What would you get? What would be the first thing you get in your mind? All right, sir, what would you like at Taco Bell? Hi, you're walking to Taco Bell. What would you like to get?
I mean, I guess a bean burrito because I haven't been into this place.
Bean burrito. You're gonna be crapping all day. All right,
I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long that my children,
Mike.
my son's 13, he's been there once.
You're
My
killing me.
daughter's 10, she's been there once, literally once.
So what fast food do you go to, Mike?
I don't do fast food anymore.
So what do you do when you gotta like hurry up and get something to eat?
I cook, or
So you cook early to cook something like a chorizo and beans burrito?
No. So, bro, I'm telling you, I am an old man now. My wife started growing sprouts, and I'll eat those sprouts. Like I'll make a salad out of those sprouts. But I got this rat in my house right now. I got to kill this rat. I'm so angry about this rat.
Mike. Eat the rat.
I'll eat that rat.
And put some chili on the rat.
Bro, dude, this rat, I've never, like this rat, he was in my kitchen. I was getting a glass of water, and the rat ran between my legs. I thought it was my dog. This rat was so big.
Are you talking about a mouse or like a rat?
Rat, dude.
You got to get those big mouse traps.
Dude, I did. I have, and he snapped 2 of them yesterday, and I don't even know how he got away with it. So I have a big sticky paper like this, dude. It's real thick like this.
Okay.
But I had it.
True story, real quick.
Go ahead.
I had a mouse in my house. I mean, we're talking about a big cabron. I mean, that thing was big.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how he got out of the mouse trap, but he got out, and then he was looking in the living room for his kids. I have a sword. I'm not playing. A sword.
Like a ninja sword?
My daughter got me a sword. You know, like real like samurai sword.
Yeah, Japanese sword, yeah.
Japanese sword. Took that sword out, went down to the living room, and
cut him in half.
Cut him in half.
Oh man, you are heartless, dude. You're a cold-blooded man.
I hate rats,
dude. I already caught 2, and I felt so bad for him.
We live in the environment of Tulare where it's nothing but rats. There's no mice. The rats eat the mice.
Yeah, dude, I got to get rid of this rat. This is my last night of home remedies. After this, Terminex is coming. Yeah, dude, because I already called Terminex, right? And homeboy showed up. His name was Rich, and he was like, "Here, let me check this out for you." So I'm like, "All right, where, man?" So he's like, "The rat's in your fruit cellar." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." And like, remember, I am from West Covina, so I'm from the West Coast.
Right.
So like, I don't know this Pittsburgh stuff. I didn't even really know about my fruit cellar. I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll figure it out." So he's like, "This is what you got to do, man. You got to get these big rat traps from Busy Beaver." He's like, and then after that, stuff all them holes in your basement with steel wool. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go get steel wool, right? Then I get these 2 rat traps. I put apples on them. These 2 rats I caught, bro, I could have fed a family with these rats. So I'm like, all right. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'm done with rats. I killed the rats. I'm Pied Piper, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to the kitchen, getting my water. This freaking dude, it's like the kukui came between my legs, bro. Freaking and knocked me on my feet.
Rats care next to mice. Rats are different. They're a different species, man.
No, dude, I hate this.
Wow.
I hate this rat, dude. I'm telling you, if tonight isn't his last night alive, then that's it, dude.
Hey, Mike, let me tell you, the aggressive just catching the mice feels good, right? Just
I don't
killing,
know, man. Killing like that. I don't like this. I don't like doing it. I don't like.
Stop it, Mike. You feel good. You're gonna feel good when he catches this rat.
No, when I caught the other 2, I felt horrible.
I felt great. Catch a mice.
You know what the worst is?
What?
Sometimes we'll get mice and I have sticky paper. We'll put sticky paper on the ground. Then the mouse gets caught on the sticky paper. And it's like, bro, you're already dead, but you're still alive. Like, I can't do nothing for you, man. And I just put him in a trash bag and he's still squirming around. And I just put him in the garbage can. Or I'll throw him over.
No. That's when you stab him with a knife.
Nah, bro. There's no reason for that.
Because you got like 13 steak knives. Stab it.
Nah, I'm straight, man. That poor guy.
And then you throw the steak knife.
Hey, Jules, what's up, man?
Jules?
Dude, I've heard some stories about the sticky paper though. There's even like the rats or mice. They'll like their instinct is to survive. so they will chew their foot off to escape it. Like it's like
they are aggressive, man.
You got to kill them to put them out of their misery.
There's like two different papers. You got mice, and then you got rat.
I got the rat. Yeah, I got the rat.
Yeah, you got the rat.
How big on the screen was it? That big?
The rat?
Yeah,
it was like the size of your forearm, dude.
Like that big.
Yeah,
they're big. I mean, with long, ugly ass tails, man.
Yeah, dude, this thing is horrible. No, he's in my basement. And these things are like so. I'm in the studio right now. My studio's in the basement.
Let me show you something. Hold on.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Rats are creepy and fearless too, man.
Wait, what's our next story?
Oh my gosh.
I got my son's BB gun down there. I thought about it, and I just bought him night vision goggles for his birthday. But his birthday isn't until Sunday. I was gonna do it. Let me borrow them night vision goggles, homie.
So, what if it just makes him mad and he comes after you?
This rat came into my studio, and I had to get this big ass
rat trap.
Rat trap. I mean, we're not talking about the baby one. This is a big one.
Yep.
And I was excited when I grabbed him. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you grab him barehanded? Grab him?
Oh man, he grabbed him from the neck. I was excited. I'm like,
man, you're gross, dude. Not me.
I hate rats.
I know, but I take a trash bag and I throw it on the rat, and then I grab another trash bag and use it to pick up the trash bag I put on the rat. So that way I don't have any.
Let me hug you, Mike. You want to? Let me give you a flower, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's right. I don't want no cooties, bro. I don't like
my cooties.
I want no rat cooties.
Let me tell you something. I grabbed a rat one time that was alive, and then I went to my car. I'm no lie. Me and my son went to my car, and I'm like, hold the bag underneath the tire. Hold it. He was like, Dad, what are you going to do? I'm going to smash the rat. Hold the bag.
Dad, I'm just trying to get ready for church. I'm just trying to get ready for church.
And then I went to Jesus. I'm like, I'm so sorry I killed your animal, man. He should not be in my house. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Jess, real quick, man. There's one story I forgot to pull out of you. You DJ for Ron Jeremy?
Oh, my God.
Come on, tell us about that. Yeah, tell us about that. Then we'll get to the next story.
Which one? Jeremy back in the day with, what's his name, man? I'm trying to think his name. Oh, I mean, he's Jesus now. Jeremy's Jesus now. Yeah, back in the day.
So back in the day, how did you hang out with Ron Jeremy? I don't get this.
He picked me out. He picked me up because I was like the guy from Q97, and I was all like, Ron's all like, I need this guy to, play all my gigs. So I was doing house music was huge back in the day with him. So he's all like, I need jazz. So I did all his events.
Wait, what events is this guy?
Yeah, he had events.
Yeah, he had parties. No, he had clubs. He was a promoter. Back in the day, promoters was like the biggest thing that people went to. And I hate myself.
In Fresno?
Yeah, I played for $150.
$150 from Ron. Ron Jeremy's cheap, huh?
Hell yeah, he was cheap. And then I sound like, bro, you still owe me $50, man. When am I giving my $50? But I helped him out a lot, man. It was like Latinos in the house, right? Back in the day, it was Philip Benavides and him. Ron, they had a little clique going on. And
there's always some scumbag in Latino radio. No matter what it is, man. Any Latino radio whatsoever, there's always one particular scumbag that you're like, you're gonna ruin it for all of us, aren't you? We're having a good time around here, and you had to come over here and ruin it. What's wrong with you?
Back in the day, man, $200 was like big money.
Yeah. A lot of money back then.
It was a lot of money, right? Like, damn.
Yeah, did people actually come out like, oh, where's Ron Jeremy? I came here to see him and hang out with him because this club's popping? Or was it like novelty? Like, oh, Ron Jeremy's here.
Yeah, they're pretty much that novelty.
Oh, okay. People were like, oh, where's Ron Jeremy? I want to take a picture with him.
Oh man, he was never around.
Oh, really? He
didn't
even show up.
Nah, man. The guy that helped him promote it, Philip, it was just like, Ron's here, blah 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 blah, and it's just, it was smoke and screens. If you know what I'm talking about.
I see where you're going. Like he'd show up every once in a while, and he took a bunch of pictures in the place, and they put him out on social little by little to make it look like he was there all the time.
Absolutely right. Just like I even opened for the Venga Boys, and the Venga Boys never showed up back in the day. Remember that song back in the day?
Played the music.
Yeah,
and telling people they'll be here soon.
They'll be here. They're coming
soon. Have another drink.
I'm playing all the songs. Well, here's their song. They were going to play this tonight.
Jesse, so we had DJ Randy on here. He told us this story about Ron Jeremy. He was like, yeah, he took me to the hockey game. He took me to Garth Brooks concert. And Adelaide's like, did he pay or did you pay? And he's like, well, he didn't pay. And Adelaide goes, oh, man, because we heard how cheap he was. He goes, he would give them boxes. And we're like, boxes? What do you mean boxes? He'd give them pornography, dude. Ron Jeremy, that was his currency. Yeah, no, dude, Randy told us he'd take boxes of his pornography, find the guy that had the back door key, and that's how he'd get into concerts and he'd get into like events and stuff.
Oh my
What
God. I should have asked for that.
At least got something. Doesn't he owe you $50?
Give me something than $50, $150, right?
$150 and a box of pornography.
Back in the day, for that was gold. Besides what we have now on the website, but man, that was golden back in the day.
Apparently so. And then Adelaide asked him, he's like, so everywhere you went, was Ron was just like, all right, hold on a sec, we got to go to my chiropractor's office. I need to pay him off.
You know who this guy is?
All right, what's our next story?
Go to Super Taco. I'm buying.
Hey, here we go. You guys want to see some pictures? I want a torta. Hold on, we got pictures out.
Dude, that's Red Lobster money right there, man. What are we doing?
Oh man, that's steak and lobster. Absolutely,
exactly.
right?
You got a whole box.
You want VHS or DVD, man?
VHS or beta?
That's crazy, man.
All right, what's the next story, Adley? Come on.
All right, man. Well, hey, we do again. We got to talk about Coolio. He passed yesterday.
I didn't know. Yeah,
one of the LA rappers, homies. All those hits. I mean, Dangerous Minds soundtrack, Gangsta's Paradise, Something New, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic.
That was a great song.
All those great, the great
songs.
County Line.
Yeah.
Just I got some of that on vinyl, I'm sure.
Fun guy.
I have all that on vinyl. I actually started my show tonight on Mega 97.9, giving him a tribute in Gangsta's Paradise was one of my favorites. So I started my show tonight on Mega, giving him, some respect and showing some love for
absolutely.
Coolio, man. Absolutely, man.
There's this Coolio song that almost nobody knows, but I love this song. It goes, I remember when we used to play shoot 'em up. Bang, bang, not the drive-by. You guys don't know that song? Dang it, I was wishing one of you two would know it.
I have no idea.
Was it more of an album cut?
It is an album cut. But
was that on the B side of Paradise?
It might have been.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's called I Remember. Oh my gosh. It was such a dope, like the hook. And then the lyrics were just like, I remember year like it was yesterday. Like it was just one of those really like LA songs, man. It was a beautiful song.
Yeah, he was very LA, man. I really think Coolio was very Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Where was he from? I mean, was he from Los Angeles?
He was from
LA, right? You could feel
I don't know city, but yeah.
Absolutely. I just wish he had a different haircut. I just wish he
you know what? I know where he's from because it's in that song. It was he grew up in Compton, but he was born in Menneson, which is actually like a steel town outside of Pittsburgh.
Huh.
What was it? Mensen?
Menneson. You know why? In the song that I just referenced to you guys, the lyrics go like this. Well, I remember yesterday like it was yesterday, rumbling in the hills of Menneson, PA. But then he goes on to next stop, Land of the Insane. I know you guys don't know the song. You've got to hear the song. It's phenomenal. So he grew up in Compton, but he was born in Menneson. Yeah, but
why are you knowing all this knowledge, bro? That's good stuff, man.
I'm a music nerd, bro. I'm sure you know more than I do, Jess. Come on.
Not really. I go with the beat, man. I just feel the beat and alcohol. That's all I do.
I'm a lyrics guy.
You're a lyrics guy? I'm not BPM kind of guy.
Dude, we've had that conversation, dude. Yeah, I'm like
there's lyricists and there's BPMs.
Yeah.
I'm the BPMs. Whatever sounds
the beat.
bad, I'm gonna play it. I mean, there's a lot of songs that like are classics that I don't even know really, and they're like, man, that's a
you don't know the lyric in it. You're just like,
I know the hook. Lyrics all about, man. It just flows with my mix.
Yeah. Dude, even as a DJ too, it's kind of like, let me hear it when you go to the record store and play new songs. You'd be like, all right, I'm vibing, I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying?
Have you guys ever done this? Listen to a song for like 30 years, and then after that, listen to what the lyrics are, and you're like, that wasn't what I thought that song was about. Have you ever done that?
Probably. I can't think of an example.
No, you absolutely have, Adley. And Jess, I'm asking him.
Me?
Yeah, have you ever done that? Like you've heard a song for 30 years and you never thought about it, and then you actually listened to the lyrics and you were like, oh my gosh, that song is not.
Yeah, because like when I mix, I go on the second course and I mix out of my next song into the next song.
So when I never heard the third verse.
When I hear the third verse, I'm like, oh my God, this is classic. All right. If I go longer than that, people be like, okay, I'm done with this song. Can you please mix out of it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that third verse is always dope, man. Absolutely.
All right. One time, me and Adlai, because this is how I know you did it.
I don't laugh. You know it's true, right?
No, 100%. We know what you're talking about. One night, me and Adlai read the lyrics to Brown Sugar from the Rolling Stones. You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
You should have had me just around midnight. You're at the Dodgers game. They're playing it. Brown Sugar. Everybody's singing. Bro, you read the lyrics to that song. Oh, my gosh. It's about raping 16-year-old girls. Yeah, it's like, you're like, what the? I didn't know. Like, yeah, it is horrible. The lyrics to that are horrible. Yeah, and like, I remember, like, it was a story we did on the Chino Brothers, and Adlai's reading the lyrics. I'm like, I don't know this song that you're talking about. And then he got to the part where he goes, Brown Sugar, why do you taste so good? And I was like, oh, I know what song that is. And then we did like we played it and read the lyrics. Oh my! I kept laughing.
You know what it is, Mike, is that we're now older, that we're paying attention now to the lyrics. Back in the day, it was all about the melody and all the, what the sound like and what the feel.
Those lyrics are horrible.
But now we're just like, okay, let me listen to the song and see what it's all about,
dude. Even now, like, "Ain't No Fun." I feel a little dirty.
That's a horrible song too, but dude, you absolutely know what that song is while you're singing it though. Like you knew it was dirty when you heard that song. Brown Sugar, you just thought it was something they played at baseball games. And you're singing along with it looking like a weirdo that would violate a 16-year-old slave. It's like I would do
that's
that.
A phrase. That one actually even the Rolling Stones are like, they don't play that song anymore because it's like, which you sang it for 30, 40 years.
You wrote it.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Where Ain't No Fun, yes, you're correct. That is a filthy, filthy song. But so's Me So Horny. So's Hey, We Want Some Beep. Those songs that we listen to. So's Anything from Too Short. Like those are filthy, filthy songs. And when you listen to them, you weren't like, hey man, I should play this at a baseball game for 9-year-olds to dance around to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're like, this is a nasty song. I'm not dumb. I know what a nasty song sounds like.
Can you imagine Ain't No Fun at a baseball game and all the
my gosh,
parents are singing it though?
Dude, it's like, all the parents loving it.
It's like it's gospel rescue night at the Pirates. And it's somebody's walkout song, so they don't care.
As you leave tonight, but here's Ain't No Fun.
Yeah. Gospel rescue tonight at the Pirates. Up next, Jose Rodriguez. And he starts walking up. Do 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 do. This is walk-up music. It's like a cut version, so it goes right to Snoop. Guess who's back?
Here we go with 5 on it. Here's 5 on it for everybody.
Yeah. How did we get here? What was the story?
I have no idea. We're talking about Coolio.
What was our story?
We're talking about Coolio and
that's right, man. God bless you, Coolio.
Yeah.
God bless your family. I swear, man. And you know what? I'll tell you right now. Even the young kids that work for me at the shop, they were juggalos when they were in high school. I know that's a little weird to us older folks. Maybe you might be more open-minded than me, Jess. But they like Coolio because he hung out with that juggalo crew and stuff.
Huh.
That Coolio fellow, man, he was a lot of things to a lot of people, man. I think he was a good dude.
Sounds like it, yeah. And 58, 59 when he passed away, so.
Yeah. I got
today's standards, not that old.
I got to meet him in Fresno one time. I mean, it was just like quick in and out, but yeah, I mean, we did an interview. I think that's when the Paradise song came out for the movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they were really pushing. Back in the day, they were pushing, all these artists with those songs, and he came out. He was a really cool dude.
That's cool. Did you save that interview or did you delete it?
I didn't interview him. I think it was the morning show, but we all took pictures and stuff.
Okay. I mean, he had good flow too. Like he was a very popular radio rapper, but he had a really nice like lyrical flow,
Right.
And he was wasn't he a crackhead too?
He was a crackhead.
He
worked at the airport.
Crackhead back in the day.
He worked at the airport and he was a crackhead. He was he was working at TSA and he was a crackhead, and like I think like Tommy Mottola or something was coming through to like fly, and he like gave him his mixtape or something to that effect.
Huh.
Yeah, he worked at the airport in
cool.
TSA, and he was a crackhead. Yep.
Wow. Wow. And this is just a good way to remember him. He's going to be on Futurama, and I'm just looking for his character. He plays Kwanzaa Bot. It's a counterpart to Chinooka Zombie and Santa Claus Robot. And he actually was on the show back in 2001, so he kind of keeps making these reappearances and stuff too. So that'll be pretty cool.
So when they found
Futurama,
Coolio was in the bathroom and he had a heart attack. Is that what happened?
Yeah, his buddy found him. His friend was like, "Man, he's taking forever, bro." And then he
So
went to
he
check
went in
out
the bathroom and he was just laid out right there.
Just laid out. It sounds like, yeah. So it sounds like a heart attack, heart failure, some type.
He probably put his body through a lot at a young age because he wasn't that old. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm scared about, man. Jeez.
Why do you think I don't eat all this garbage you guys keep talking about?
Michael, we know, Mike. We know you eat broccoli. We know you eat cheese.
I have fun.
Water from the gods of
I have fun.
Right?
I have fun, but I like my dad, Jess. So here's how it went in my family. So my grandfather was Japanese, but he was an illegal immigrant from Mexico. So there used to be these fishing boats that the Japanese would go on, and he jumped it, and then he came up into East LA. Okay, then you have my dad. So my dad grew up in East LA, and then he lived in West Covina. But until he was 98 years old, he looked like he was 43. Do you agree with me, Adley?
Yeah.
And you know how he did it? By doing crazy crap like this and only eating like all this like clean stuff, all that stuff. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna copy my dad. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy my dad.
So there was never a thought in the mind like, oh, I need to go to McDonald's.
No craving.
No craving.
No, dude, because like I'm in tune with my body now.
You have any cravings at all, Mike? Like you're like, oh my God, I gotta get me a Whopper with cheese right now. Nothing.
No, never.
No,
but
my God, not even with Carl's Jr.'s double bacon burger. Nothing.
I learned how to cook during pandemic. So so I learned how to cook. So like I'll make myself dope ribeyes, or I'll make myself like grilled ahi tuna, like seared ahi tuna. Or like I'll throw on some Italian sausage on the.
You're like
grill.
Chef Mike during the pandemic. What were you doing, D? During the pandemic?
What was I doing? Dude, I was snacking, bro.
You were
snacking in Zoom meetings, and we did everything from home. We did the shows from home and stuff.
I was drinking and eating on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was awful, dude.
DJs. I was calling out DJs. I'm embarrassed doing this. I'm gonna tell you now. But when I was DJing on Twitch, I was like, this with the knobs. I was calling them out. I was calling out the knob DJs because they were just like doing nothing. You know how they just turn the knob.
Oh yeah.
You were getting mad at them?
They bounce around and just
and then doing this through their mix and stuff. I'm like, nah, man, because I'm old school and I'm like,
of course.
I was calling them out. I felt bad.
Good.
Were you doing it on? Were you mixing on vinyl, or were you doing Serato with vinyl?
No, I was doing Serato, but I got all my vinyl,
bro.
On Serato.
That if I was that mad, that's what I would have done. I would have done an hour-long set on vinyl.
Angry.
Preset.
Because you know why? Because these kids are making so much freaking money, and I'm old school. And I'm like,
God bless them.
Do I need to put a mask on? Do I need to put some stars on my titties? I have no idea.
No, you have to do. You have to do it naked with like somebody putting a butt plug, and you put it on OnlyFans.
Absolutely right. So, but. It's so sad. It's so sad. I mean, that's another story one day. I mean, it's just the way the mixing industry, how it is and stuff. It's crazy.
Dude, the DJs, being a DJ had one era, and that was the 1990s. And after that,
absolutely, early 2000s. That was it.
Early 2000s. No, the early 2000s were slumping. That's the problem. The early 2000s were the old guy at the club. That's the problem. The 90s. Yeah. The 90s were 1,000% purely in the zone, pure sugar, pure high octane, Big Macs every day, like the absolute best being a DJ in the 90s. And it'll never be done again.
You know what's crazy is that like the stuff that I do now, it's all early 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I mean,
But your audience, even if your audience is in their 20s and 30s, they know the music.
they know them absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's
I'm shocked at that.
there's not a uniform place for people to hear music.
You know, you got your music right now. Why don't you want to hear that right now?
Because they don't have a uniform place to hear music, Jess. You know what I mean? Nobody listens to the radio. Everybody's listening to all these different things.
Yeah.
If you're playing old school, though, I think you have a leg up. I think old school is kind of like sports radio, where you have a leg up over like playing Young Man, Little Boy, or whatever. It's like, dude, who's Young Man, Little Boy? I don't know, bro. And you're not going to know next week. You might not know this evening. That's how fast they evaporate now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's true.
And a lot of DJs like myself and like Danny, and I mean, I can only name some few on like TikTok. We play breakbeat records. Back in the day, breakbeat records were like in between songs, and those songs, like, you know, separate from what everybody was listening to. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can make sense unless I was mixing into it, but it's sort of like, you know, just fun stuff in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cutting and scratching, juggling a little bit,
of course.
having fun with it. Yeah.
I mean, dude, the kids aren't going to know what we were even talking about. Like,
No, they don't.
it's so
It pisses me off on TikTok. I'm like, I can't wait to reach 1,000 so I can show these kids what the hell's going on, because I'm tired of this.
All right, follow us. We'll
Nice,
follow you
dude.
back. We'll stitch your videos.
I'm at 260.
Yes, we will gas you up, bro. Trust us.
Please.
We will gas you up. But you follow us, we'll follow you back, and we will gas you up on TikTok.
Oh
And because here's why we should just form a TikTok alliance with all the DJs and just gas each other up.
I don't think we should. Only the ones that know how to DJ. The ones that
the real
the
ones.
old, like the
know
old ones.
how to play.
Yeah, so the real ones. No, I'm not talking about like I don't want
Sarah. I don't want Sarah doing this. And
no. I'm talking about the real. No, I'm talking about the real ones.
Wait. I might watch that.
I'm talking about the DJs. You guys. I'm talking about the DJs on the Chino brothers, man. The real DJs, the real ones. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Fellas that know what a 1200 is. Fellas that know what it is to not have a 1200. Fellas that remember when they had their belt drivens. If you didn't have your belt drivens, your mommy had money. Who was it that tricked their mom into buying them? It was EVP. Remember EVP?
EVP, yes, it was EVP.
Dude, EVP's mom was a migrant worker, and he tricked her into buying him two 1200s and a Newmark, dude.
Man,
isn't that mean?
That's clever. That's not mean. That's being brilliant.
How much money could this lady could have made, man? She was a migrant worker.
She loved her son, though. She loved her son.
To this day,
shout out to EVP, man.
I love EVP. But I told him he was mean that night.
I don't do the controller thing. I do 1200s.
Yeah.
You know, I still do that, and then we do with the phase instead of needles. So yeah, that's just me.
I don't know what that is.
Dude, that's the thing right now. This is what I say. We should just do it. We should just be like DJ Syndicate on TikTok, and we'll let you know if you were one of the real ones.
You know what we do is do your guys' show and do live mixing with DJs.
We got to do that on our Twitch, dude.
That's what that was the Blue Zone show. So EVP, EVP before us, we did this. EVP did the same exact show, but he had the mix before, and then he interviewed him. And I was like, but we didn't know when we started the show. Like, we weren't like, hey, let's bite this show. We didn't know until like our third season we're gonna have him on. And I was like, all right, man, tell me about the Blue Zone show. Adler was telling me about it, so I started watching on YouTube. I was like, dude, this is our show, dude. And so when he had him on, we apologized to him. I was like, hey, man, I don't mean to bite your show. He's like, no, you guys do it real good. So it was, I mean. But yeah, I like the idea of it, but I think the problem is what I really love about this is that you're just in the moment. Like when we're having these conversations like this, you're just in the moment, and there's an energy when you're DJing where it's like it's an adrenaline or something. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to DJ for real. Like
right.
You know what I mean? So like I like having this. Maybe if we had like a second show, like if we blew this all the way up, and then we could have a second show where it's like just mixes. You know what I mean? It just happens.
That's what I'm saying. You guys do like a mix show featuring what you guys are talking about, and you know, you have your superstar DJs, whoever, you know, and you know, we do a show.
Oh, dude, I know exactly how you do it. How you do it. You know how you do it? You do it like they do it over in LA. They do it in what's that? Delicious Vinyl. They'll do that. So what they do is they show DJ sets like that, and then they'll interview the DJ in the middle of it. Like, but it's cut. It's all cut together. It's not live, but it's dope. It looks dope. We could do that.
Something like that, man. We really
that is cool.
Right? Just starring all the DJs from Bakersfield to whatever, Noe G or whoever, and
the thing is,
and Danny and my stuff, and of course, D doing his thing. Mike, do you DJ at all, or you just?
I haven't DJ'd for. My wife bought me a T-shirt that said "Retired DJ." That's how long it's been since I DJ.
Oh,
so yeah, I know.
Was a hype man though. We'd go to.
You're just on the Disney Channel and just chilling and.
No, I like doing production for Chino Brothers. That scratches my itch. You know what I mean? Because like it really reminds me of production.
Yeah.
No, not for clubs, but for production in the studio. Like it reminds me of being in radio. So like when I edit our videos and stuff, it gives me that feeling of when I used to edit commercials and stuff.
Right.
But the club thing, I think it's weird because like when we did clubs, like I was really so egotistical, Jess, and like I want to be a god. Like that's how I really wanted to be a god, and we were really good, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Absolutely.
But like as an adult looking back, I'm like that's not a good example for my kids. And like I know there's clean DJs like you guys that are on. When I was young, bro, none of you guys would have wanted to know me. Adley can attest to it. Adley, you know the truth.
Mike was like the best hype man ever, but he had that edge where people were like, ooh, like he would like, we couldn't do a team night.
Let's not invite Mike to the taco truck because he's
it was that bad. Yeah, it got that bad. Well,
but he was the best hype man I've ever seen.
Everybody go to the car. Hurry, run! Here he comes.
But but we would. I mean, we would burn clubs down, dude. Like we were good. I remember our first club that we did. We were a crew at the time. It was before we were on the radio, and I got us this gig because I was bussing tables at this Mexican restaurant. So there was this frat bar called Gentle Ben's, and they hired a rock band for upstairs, and they put us downstairs in this like little tiny nook. And dude, we burned that place down to the ground so bad. And we're in Tucson. We burned it down to the ground so bad that the Tucson basketball players, the U of A basketball players, were in the club to listen to us. And the band was upstairs by himself, dude. Following week, we were upstairs.
Bro, right? That's
dude. Dude, I mean, that was it. I loved it. But it was like.
Then they moved us upstairs, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, Jess, is that like, so that's why we pray before the show. That's why I'm religious, stuff like that. So I found God when I was 30. That's why I got out of radio. I was like, I know I can't do this. So I got out, and then it was hard. It was real hard. But I just knew I couldn't do it. Bro, I was a grimy guy, man. Trust me, you do not want to know me back then.
Right.
However, it does scratch my itch to do the production. But going to the club, I think if me and Adley did a club, like if we did like a Chino Brother event and there was like all kinds of DJs and me and him DJ'd, that would be fun. Like if I'm with him, I think it'd be fun because it's like, Tyson going back in the ring type of thing.
What you guys need to do now is like what I do in Fresno is called lounging. It's just
I love that idea.
It's an older demographic that you grew up with music that I used to play in radio. It's not trying to play like all the new stuff and all the energy and the girls coming out to the tables with with the flares and
bottles and sparklers and crap. Yeah,
right. It's about lounging. So
I love that idea.
Where I play at in Fresno, people are just sitting there watching videos that I mixed from back in the day, and they're dancing at the tables. They're not dancing in front of me. I don't need them to dance in front of me because you know what? I'm playing for myself and what makes me feel good. So I'm playing like the early 80s, 90s, early 2000s, some classic house music. And people are like, oh my God, I remember that from the box. I remember that from
nice.
MTV.
Are you playing Diggable Planets?
I'm playing all that, man. And people, I love that people love Diggable Planets. They love the old Mary J. Blige songs because back in the day, it wasn't like, oh, it's Mary J. But now they're like, oh my God, Mary J. Oh my God, SWV. Oh my God, Jade. People respect it now than they did back in the day. And especially watching it in video form, they're flipping out.
Adley, what was that group that you used to like? Remember that group you used to like? I'm trying to remember that group. Man, it's
R&B stuff.
No, it was a rap group, but it was kind of like that Diggable Planets type of vibe,
I have no idea.
But
Dude, the jazz guy back in the day, he played jazz, hip hop.
Black Moon, was it Black Moon? They always use
No.
those dope samples. Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They had great music.
Oh, CL Smooth.
Yeah.
Far Side. That was it.
Oh,
I
actually I actually play that tonight on my Twitch. Far Side.
Nice.
Adley used to love those dudes, those Far Side dudes.
Classics. You can't go classics.
That's what I'm talking about. If I could do a lounge, but that's what I would want for my lounge, right? I want to play Tribe. I want to play like, you know what I mean? Just like
that's what I do right now in Fresno, and it's huge at the wine place that I play in Fresno. I invite you guys whenever you guys come to Fresno. I got you a table, but that's what I do in Fresno, and it's just that. I mean, you're talking about stuff like Kwame. You know,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Maxwell, you go like kind of like that.
Yeah,
you know,
like
DJ Dougie Fresh and the Kid Fresh crew with
of course.
the show. People flipped out because oh my god, there was a video for that.
I remember that video.
Right?
I don't remember
So,
It's a concert video.
absolutely. So you don't have to dance anymore. You're lounging, having good drinks, having some good food, and you're listening to some good classic joints, man.
That's Wednesday nights. You do Wednesday nights, right?
I don't do Wednesday nights because I gotta get up early in the morning. So I do Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
That's nuts. But it closes earlier. I like everything about the idea is that it closes earlier.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about roughnecks because it's nothing but the old and classy. You're putting on the nice bumps for them.
Absolutely, because us older people like to go to bed before 10 o'clock.
Now hold on. If you put a slow jam on, do they ever get out and snuggle up with their
Grind a little bit?
Yeah, I'd like to see some of that.
Yeah, I put like Jodeci. You're talking about all those classic ones. I'll Be Sure. People flip out when I play I'll Be Sure. Like, oh my god, this is my night and day. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Right? Where are you going to hear that at a place? Where are you going to hear that at a lounge?
It's a good song.
Night and day. Are you Jodeci?
Absolutely.
Down? Oh my god!
Yeah, great song.
Those are the greatest songs ever, man. Why not?
Yeah,
just do it. And that's what I like about Beyond the Wine that I do on Fridays in Fresno, and it's so successful that this place now that is so small, they bought a bigger place because of success.
Wow.
Man, I love all your gigs, man. I'm living vicariously through your gigs right now, man. You got some beautiful gigs.
Thank you, man. And you know what it is? It's so cool because now it's a bigger place. It's an outdoor patio, indoor too.
Nice.
And we're keeping it lounge. No nightclub, no bottle service, no VIPs, no cover charge when you come in. It's all about just hanging out with some good friends and bringing a date and listening to some good old school joints from back in the day.
That'd be a sweet place to take a date too, man. Could you imagine how hip you'd look if you took a girl to Adley? Why didn't you take a girl to a place like that? You're single. I'm telling you, man. You take a nice lady to a place like that, she'll fall in love with you. Listen to that kind of music.
Absolutely. My wife likes like the hardcore hip hop throwback West Coast stuff.
Well, I love
There's time for that too. There's time for that.
I'm like, babe, you don't like R. Kelly?
Play some high five, some soul for real.
You want to hear Drew down right now? You crazy?
Throw some of that zap on, baby.
That's good.
I ain't got no problems. And give me some Boots and Collins while you're at it. I ain't got no problems.
VSOP. What VSOP? What you know about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she from Fresno too?
Yeah, my wife's from Fresno, man. We grew up
SoCal too. That's
back in the day, old school.
That's right, because they grew up together. I remember they were middle school.
That's right, middle school sweethearts.
Middle school sweethearts, and I was in Seattle. I never thought we were going to get back together. We did, and here we are. And before we got together, I said, I'm not going to switch what I'm doing. This is my life now. I should be a graphic illustrator, artist.
It's bananas.
It's not happening. But I do illustrate. I have a comic book that I'm working on and all that good jazz. And, I do like graphics and stuff. And,
God bless you for loving that, man. When you got the skills of a DJ, though, I call it a waste of time.
Right?
That's on you. If you like
I wake up in the morning and I'm not just like, man, I'm just bored. I'm tired. I'm tired of all this stuff. And then something clicks in me and like, dude,
be creative.
You're doing something that other people would love to do. Like, why aren't you just go do it? So like with Backspin Radio, because it's just a constant thing of mixing all the time, that my mind's all like, what else am I going to mix? You know? So it's just like there's something in my head that just tells me all the time, like, hey, you should be lucky that you have this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
yes, we gotta link up later sometime when you can teach me and Adelaide how to be smart, man. Like, and we can teach you how to be smart in any way, shape, or form. You know, we can do so as well. But yeah, like I love when we have smart people on here, Adelaide, that you're just like, yeah, that makes 100% sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like, not everybody's smart, Jess. You know, so
yeah. I'd rather sleep in and just watch Star Wars all day. You know what I mean?
All right, we got one last story, Adelaide.
You guys want to? Well, I got the Big Daddy Kane, where Positive K would go against Jay-Z for fun, and I got the one about the Dahmer show on Netflix.
Oh,
you really want to talk about that Dahmer show,
dude? It's a big show, man.
You really want to talk
right now.
If anybody's listening right now, don't be Dahmer for Halloween, please.
That'd be weird.
That's probably gonna happen. But yeah, if you watch Dahmer, let me know in the comments too, because I mean I'm watching it. It's intriguing.
I'm waiting for it to all be done for the season. Then I'm gonna go watch it.
Go
just watching this. I don't like crazy stuff like this.
It's crazy, dude. It's creepy.
What do you watch, Mike?
I like the Star Wars crap. Like,
are you watching what's the name?
What's that?
That you're watching the new one? The
Andor.
Andor.
Yeah. I gotta support Leilani, man. Me and Leilani like this, Asian people stick together. So.
Did you say she's in there too? I mean, come on.
I watched that. I like me and my wife right now are watching Billions. I love that show, but it's real weird. It's weird how like the market doesn't trade the same way as it did in the show. Right. We just got done watching. We watched Breaking Bad late. And then we just got done after that. Oh, we're finishing 30 Rock again. Dude, it's all old songs and all old shows. I don't watch any.
Bro.
You know what it is?
You know what you need to watch is Superman and Lois on HBO.
Never got down with it. Maybe I will. The problem with new stuff for me is, like, and I don't want to sound like a jerk. And if anybody gets mad at me, I apologize. But I don't kind of need your agenda shoved down my throat to watch your show. Like I'm good, man. I don't need to learn something new from you. Whoever I am as a human, that's what I'm gonna believe forever. And if you don't like that, fine. I don't care. I'm not mad at you for believing what you believe. I don't believe what you believe. Please stop pushing it down my throat. Does that make sense?
Just like broccoli, right?
Exactly. Just the new shows, dude. Like the new shows always have to push the agenda. And I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm the same way too with the news show. I just can't do it. I'm all old school. That's why I got excited about the Superman and Lois. I had to peep it out.
I gotta check it out.
You remember Bizarro back in the day when we were kids?
Yeah.
The Superman, it's in this right now. Superman and Lois.
You know what? You guys are gonna think I'm lying, but honest to God, I was about to say earlier in the show that Greg Mack is Superman to Art LeBeau's Bizarro. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
That's crazy, man.
Isn't that a good, analogy, though?
I see it. Yeah.
Isn't that a good analogy?
What are you drinking?
Well, I'm reading the story.
Tell us about this weird story.
I'm reading the story, so and then maybe you guys will watch the show. But Boozy Badass, he's one of those rappers nowadays, but he's very vocal. He gets caught up, but he says black people should take a stand to ban Netflix's Dahmer. Now, Boozy Badass, he's not a fan of the new show, and it's centered around the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. And we remember this is like the late 80s, early 90s. We remember that. He wants the black community to rally to boycott the whole project. According to Boozy, Netflix's record-breaking monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, needs to be banned from the face of the earth, and all the victims' families should be paid restitution. Many of Dahmer's victims were both black and homosexual, and the Louisiana rapper wants African Americans to unify and get the show booted from Netflix. Now, if I go up to this part, now it says retired FBI agent Dan Kraft is backing up former DA Michael McCann's statements, telling TMZ that Boozy Badass's racial disparity regarding Netflix's Dahmer series is off base. He says, no, Dahmer was absolutely not racist. He had white and Hispanic victims as well. It had nothing to do with race. It was all about the body style. He liked a Chippendale type male, body. The black victims he chose had the right body style. They fit the Chippendales in gymnast fantasy. Now, I haven't watched the whole series. I'm only a couple episodes in. But he would go to a bar that was frequented by black gay dudes, and that's where he'd pick up his victims. So I haven't watched more than a couple.
Well, I mean, there's a history.
So
there's history. Like there's actual history in victims. So just look. If it's like, all right, let's look and see what the body count is. If it's mostly black people, then Boozy Badass is right. And I'll be honest with you guys. This is actually the first time I've ever heard one of these stories, and I agree with the person who says the thing should be banned. I've never felt that way.
Yeah. And,
I mean, there's a documentary before the movie came out.
Yeah, there was also
there's a movie.
The
Netflix movie, I guess.
Right, it was on Netflix as well. Then came out the movie and stuff. So I haven't seen any of it yet because I'm waiting for it to complete so I can watch it all and just sit there and watch the whole thing with wifey. But yeah, man, I feel him. I agree with him, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never I normally don't agree with this type of stuff. Like, because normally it's a bunch of nonsense, you know what I mean? And it's normally from a white person. So it's like, all right, come on, man. Like, I don't want to hear about serial oppression from your mouth. I apologize if you feel that you thought that guy felt that way. But if it makes you feel any better, Jess is going to start calling himself Latinx. Yeah. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, every time I hear one of these type of stories, it's that type of thing where I'm like, I don't think anybody got offended. I think But this story right here, yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of am taking the guy's side, Boozy Badass guy.
Yeah, and they bring up too, the call for the boycott comes off the heels of a family member. There's a Rita Isbell, and they actually show her in the movie reenacted, of course, but one of Dahmer's 17 victims, she was lashing out at Netflix for continuing to rehash history for no cause other than making money.
See, that's crazy because I'm like wondering with all the victims, how did they get approval for all that?
I know. Right? But you know what I heard? I just saw this on YouTube the other day. Mike Tyson was being interviewed. He didn't get paid any money for that Hulu thing, and he was trying to get
Hulu. Did you guys see it?
I haven't watched it yet.
I didn't see it. I saw the interview on YouTube where Mike Tyson said that. I'm trying to remember who interviewed him. It was it was like a random person interviewing him too.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see it, Mike? Did you see the movie?
The Hulu thing with Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
No, because isn't Jamie Foxx supposed to be doing something with Mike Tyson?
No, I have no idea. It looks corny to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that thing looked corny on
the
corny. Hulu thing looked as corny as when they did the Tiger King thing on Peacock.
Yeah.
So they made that Tiger King TV show on Peacock. So I'm like, dude, I'm addicted to Tiger King. I will watch this.
Right.
And I watched it. It was like CGI tigers. I'm like, all right, I'm done watching this now. Like, it was the dumbest thing I ever seen.
Just like She-Hulk.
I haven't watched that either.
Don't watch it. It's horrible.
Is it horrible?
Right. Don't get me started.
It's one of those things you're tempted to watch too, because it's like, man, they've been doing a pretty good job on this Disney Plus. Man, I like the Hulk.
Horrible. Don't get me started, Mike.
Is it bad? How bad can it be?
It's freaking bad, bro. It's just like, oh my God.
Have you watched it, Adley?
I haven't watched
three episodes.
No desire.
Garbage, man. Oh my God.
No desire to watch it.
Is it just like completely woke? Is like the whole thing woke?
Everybody's excited because of Daredevil. Daredevil is going to come out with his own series, and they're doing a little sprinkle of Daredevil.
Daredevil is kind of fun.
In the She-Hulk series.
Oh,
so
okay.
Everybody's all excited about
it. Okay.
Nobody wants to watch She-Hulk. It's horrible.
Yeah. I don't know, dude, but just like this Dahmer show, it was number one on Netflix. So I was like, I'll check it out. It's nasty, but it's intriguing.
Dude, I'd rather watch She-Hulk.
Yeah. Did you ever? Hey, Jess, do you have HBO Max?
I have HBO Max. I have Hulu.
Did you ever watch Euphoria?
No.
I'll watch She-Hulk before I'll watch Euphoria. Why do you watch garbage television, Adley? I don't like putting that in my eyes.
Really disturbing, but it sucks you in.
You watch disturbing shows, bro.
Dude, you know what I won't watch though is American Horror Story. I'll never watch those.
No, I never watched that either.
I won't watch those. I won't watch them. People it's great. They're so good. And I'm like, nope, not watching them. Too creepy. But that Euphoria, man, was like, ooh.
Dude, my
edge dirty after you watch it. Like, ugh.
My edge is Black Mirror. That's as far I can go. Like, I'll watch The Wire.
What's Black Mirror about?
You never watched Black Mirror before?
What's that on?
I haven't watched that either.
It's on Netflix. Neither of you watched it?
Black
No.
Mirror. Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude! It is the nut. It's like the Twilight Zone. If somebody wrote the Twilight Zone, who was just like, I don't care about rules. I'm just gonna write some crazy stuff. Like every episode, every time you watch it, you're just like, you feel like somebody just punched you in the brain. So like, okay, I'll tell you the first episode. There's this prime minister in England, and they're like, hey, we have your wife, and we're gonna send you her finger unless you have sex with a pig on live television. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so like he's trying to figure out a way to like, get to his wife and like, save her and all this stuff. And they keep showing her like all tied up and like, showing videos. Yikes. I'm telling you, you pig, if you try to back out on this, you'll find out. And so then like they have to advertise it. So like everybody in England knows that this dude's going to have sex with a pig. Then like homeboy starts trying to talk to people to be like, all right, how can we get my wife to escape? And so then somebody leaks it to the kidnappers and they send him her finger with the wedding ring on it. And they're like, we'll send you the rest of her body if you try to get out of this. So then homeboy has to have sex with the pig and everybody in England is like DVRing it and stuff, dude. And then they send,
chorizo. Here's my chorizo.
Then they send her back, right?
Here comes some grits. Oh, okay.
They send the wife back. They send the wife back to him because he did the deed, right?
Right.
And they show at the end of the episode, she gives him a hug and she has all 5 fingers.
Wow, bro.
I told you, dude.
Yes.
Wow. So she was in on it?
I mean, dude, I told you it punches you in the brain. And every episode is like that. Every episode's like that.
Let me tell you about the new movie Thor.
That's worse than She-Hulk. The new movie Thor sucked, dude.
Was it bad?
That was horrible. Right?
Dude, like not only it sucked, right? Like, first of all, it sucked. But then they're like, hey, man, it sucks. But don't worry, we're gay in the movie. Like, don't forget, we have gay people. Like, everybody's got to be gay every time, all the time, everywhere.
Yeah, they're proving their points with these movies. But wait a minute. Deadpool, Wolverine. What do you guys
saw
think?
that too. So Deadpool 3,
what?
Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
Dude,
that'll be pretty cool.
That's not until 24 though.
Yeah, 2 years away still. But yeah.
Dude. But I'll say this: Ryan Reynolds has done an amazing job, like fixing that universe just to be a wise apple. You know what I mean? Like,
but does he need to be a wise apple with all his movies?
I don't know, bro. That Deadpool sucks me in, dude. I eat that Deadpool for breakfast, bro. I get it. We have a little too much of Ryan Reynolds. I get it. He's like the white Kevin Hart. We see him all the time. But man, that Deadpool is enjoyable.
I love Deadpool.
Deadpool's
absolutely
good. Yeah.
What about the movie that he did on Netflix with that kid that looks like him? What was he called? I mean, he went back in time, or he went to future.
Yeah, I feel like that one was made for Netflix. I feel like that one was made for Netflix. What about the one he did with The Rock and Wonder Woman? Red Notice? Did you guys see that one?
It's horrible. Absolutely garbage.
People were telling me it's funny, and I was like,
It
was the dumbest movie ever.
It was dumb, but if you wanted to see Kung Fu with a little kid.
And Kevin Hart, that's the worst.
That was a bad movie
I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
Stop. Kevin needs to take a vacation for like 3 years, then come back. He's doing too much.
Did you see that movie, Adlai, that he's talking about?
No, I saw. That's on Netflix too, right? Yeah.
Dude, all right. So there was a movie that had already come out that had John Cena in it, and it had it was a comedian. I can't remember the guy's name, like Hurricane or something like that. But it's the same exact plot, except that they're not friends at the beginning, and they did it 1,000 times better. Like, I fell asleep during the Mark Wahlberg Kevin Hart movie.
Right? It was just stupid. It was
bad, huh?
Bro, it was like, really?
It was a rated R movie that should have been a rated G movie. So if they were to take all the cuss words out of it, it would have been good for little kids to just laugh at all the hijinks.
It might do now. I kept watching it like, okay, something's
going to get better. It's going to get better. Yeah.
It's going to get better. It's going to get right. It just got worse and worse.
All right. Do you guys want to hate me for the rest of your life?
What?
What do you got?
There's a movie called Southland Tales.
What's
It
that?
is literally the worst movie I've ever seen in the history of the world. But it has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. It has that dude that was Stifler. It has what's the kid from NSYNC? What's his name? Justin Timberlake in it.
Okay.
Dude, it has like all these really good actors in it. It is literally the worst movie I've ever seen.
On Netflix?
Never watch it. Don't watch it. Now you're gonna want to watch it. Southland Tales.
Southland Tales.
Southland Tales. Google that. That's
When
just
you're done watching it, you're gonna hate me because you don't believe how bad it is.
First
But
of
it
all,
is the worst thing
I'm
I've
done
ever
with
seen.
Rock. First of all, Rock needs to stop too.
I know, huh?
He needs to stop.
But who else
I'm
to
not-
adopt then at that point? They only got like 7 famous
let me
people.
tell you something. Marvel and DC needs to stop getting these old actors doing these great characters. Get some new people. All right. I mean, The Rock. I understand that you want to be. What was it? Black.
Black Adam. Yeah. Black
Oh
Adam.
yeah.
Come on.
Dude, Kumail Nanjiani got all shredded to be in Marvel, and then like they never showed him with his shirt off. I'm like, now how am I supposed to get a? I mean, I just wanted,
I was like, wait, what?
Okay, here we go. Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
Switch
No,
to music.
Do
Let's
you?
go.
But seriously, like
The heart. There you go.
Here's a heart.
I feel like there might be some brown racism in this. How come the white guy gets to take his shirt off, but the Asian guy don't get to take his shirt off? What's that all about?
And speaking about Latinos, what do we got? Latinos is going to be in that
Nothing.
movie.
There ain't nothing, bro. Dude, and Mexicans are worse than Latinos when there's nothing. It's like, you know how many Mexican people are in this country? A gazillion.
We're in the ocean, man.
Yeah.
We're
They're
going to be
everywhere. They're everywhere. How many are represented? How many are represented in media? Like me and Adlai talked about this one day. I was like, name 5 famous Mexican people, and we had a hard time. I was like, all right, Cheech Marin, Selma Hayek, who else?
The La Bamba guy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Damien,
about. Isai Morales. No, is that his name? Isai Morales? Yeah, Isai Morales.
Frankie Quinones.
Bro, is he really famous though? If you have to say the La Bamba guy, because like Gabriel Iglesias.
What about
yes,
the
I
taco
know
guy
his
that
name.
owns in Los Angeles? What's his name? That
doesn't really count. Oh, you're talking about Danny Trejo?
Danny
Trejo, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right, so that's 5.
And Jennifer Lopez.
She's Puerto
No?
Rican.
She's she don't man. Okay. Well, she plays Selena. She did a
I
good
said
job.
Mexican people. And that's what they do. That's how they trick you, right? They bring in a bunch of Cubans.
Well, there's
bring in
a
bunch of-
Mexican guy that's playing. I forgot his name, but he's going to be in the new Black Panther.
Sure, then he's not famous because you don't know his name. You know whose name you know? Kevin Hart. You know that guy's name. You know what I mean? Like,
let's call the new guy Albert.
I mean, you know who
Albert.
You know who Kumail Nanjiani was, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more famous Indian actors than there are famous Mexican actors. But don't feel bad, Jess, because the most famous Japanese person is Yoko Ono.
Wow, bro.
That and that knob DJ, Steve Aoki.
Well, let's see if
No,
Disney
DJ.
changes anything. Disney might change something because they changed,
Changing my mind on watching their movies. Their movies are boo-boo, dude. They got to stop making bad
Horrible.
movies, dude.
It's horrible, man. Pinocchio, horrible.
Yeah.
What was that all about? Like a horror Pinocchio? Like my children don't want to watch this Pinocchio.
I watched it though because respect because I watched when I was a kid, but I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, Pinocchio was pretty bad, man. Pinocchio was bad.
What would you rather your 11-year-old watch? That Pinocchio or Rush Hour?
Rush Hour,
100%.
absolutely.
What do you say, Adlai?
Yeah, definitely Rush Hour. Rush Hour is a classic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, DJ Jess, we better wrap up. Everybody's getting tired. I'm on the East Coast, but it's like I told you, man. Whenever you have these shows, it's like you have friends. You're just having a great time.
I
I'll
really.
let you go.
This is actually my first, podcast with you guys. So, man, thank you so much for having
We'll
me.
do it again. We'll definitely do it again, man.
Plug to everything you want to plug right now, Jess. What do you want to tell them? Where you at?
Just follow me on all social media platforms. Just look me up as Jess Mixaholic, like alcoholic, but put Mixaholic. And you can find me, Jess
And
Mixaholic.
You're gonna follow the Chino Brothers. We'll follow you back, and then we'll start stitching each other's videos.
Absolutely. Follow me on TikTok. Come on.
Yeah. We
Let's
need to
go.
get to 1,000, dude. Come on, you guys. We got to get to 1,000. Then we can go
I got
live.
funny videos on there. Check me out with me and my wife and stuff in the bedroom.
They're doing
Wait.
all the
I think I
TikTok
deleted
stuff.
that one.
Another
doing all
heart.
the-
Going up the heart for you.
all the trends. They're doing that. See my front, do. Take my name all over to you. All right.
It's like a retarded heart.
That's how he grips that torta.
All right, you guys. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. We're at 8,000 on YouTube.
Thank you, bro.
2,600 on TikTok. Jess, stick around in the green room for just a minute. We'll hang out and say goodbye. But for all you watching, thank you so much for tuning into the Chino
Thanks,
Brothers.
everybody.
Season
thank
5.
You guys.
New studios.
Hey, good job.
Hey, Jess, thank you. Stick around in the green room. Hold on. We'll see you guys next week.